it, or was it like a misfire from the West?
As far as the population that I've heard from speak about that, they think it's Israel.
They think it's Israel. Wow. Okay. I'm
Yeah.
so happy to hear that. That was surprising, but not surprising. Thank you.
Yeah.
Be safe.
Thank you. Was it Samoa also?
Yo, get in your Audi and come back to the West, bro.
I'm actually driving at the moment.
Do all Saudis drive Audis?
Absolutely.
Based.
It's written in the passport. You have to. Otherwise, you're not Saudi.
Oh, like, did you see the video of the Marine getting his arms broken?
Yeah, bro, that sucks.
They finally just got contact with him like 15 minutes ago. He was taken away. His wife was in possession of his phone. There's this like guy I follow on Instagram, and is the real Clyde. I think he was a Marine too, fought in Afghanistan, and they were there together. But apparently he's in a hospital about to get surgery today. They're doing a GoFundMe.
Well, he should keep his hands to himself, bro.
Yeah, he'd keep his hands to himself and his mouth shut.
What the fuck he was thinking? No, yeah, man. Yeah. Or after 2020, my soul left and like my mind shattered and like everything is a joke, bro. Everything is a joke. Yeah.
It is. It's all fake and gay.
Yeah, and retarded.
I wonder how BB is doing right now.
She's overdosing in the shower.
She's in another room with Pepe and a few other people. They're talking about.
I still stand by my statement. Okay. Hotshot. Akko, how long are we going to be in Iran?
If the reports are true that quote-unquote Kurdish forces are making a ground offensive with...
Bro, turn off your brain. Turn off your brain. I want your gut, your instinct.
Oh, my gut tells me like 4 to 6 months.
4 to 6
and then
months?
Trump's going to back out, yeah.
Okay, my gut says 6 to 10 years.
If Trump doesn't back out, that's likely.
But that's why when I hear, like, Black Rabbi say, we're going to be out of there in like 2 weeks, I'm like, dog, I literally cut him off. I'm like, do you believe what you're saying? Like, 2 weeks? Like, are you kidding me?
Oh, that was the initial plan.
It takes me longer to respond properly to discovery. Like, what are you talking about?
That was the initial plan of the first invasion.
If the Kurds are going to take care of it, we got the Saudis involved. Like, we got the like, come on, bro.
You need to read, if you haven't already. I'm sure you have Kiriaku's book about the whole Iraq War. He's the CIA whistleblower. He talks about how the plan for the Department of Defense was to be knocking on Tehran's door in 4 days. They thought they were going to invade Iraq and get to Iran in 4 days. And we were there for 10 years.
Bro, why would we leave? We're just gonna spend all our money, lose men and women, and then just leave? No, we're not leaving. We're not going anywhere.
I don't know, bro. In today's day and age where more people are awake, well, then again, we hear people in the streets, so never mind.
If I had a mic with the fucking White House emblem in front of the fucking podium, I'd convince the majority of Americans we need 200,000 soldiers in fucking Iran right now. Are you kidding me?
You get a million people, bro.
We're fucking pot committed. Okay? The past is the past. We need to finish the mission. Okay? That's it. And then I'd get shot.
In a Lincoln Continental.
And in fact, this would be a great opportunity to set off a tactical nuke, right? As a show of force to China, North Korea, and Russia. Okay? I've been saying this to Goo for about 2 years. I said if I was Trump, I would launch a tactical nuke on the Houthis and as a show of force to Iran. But now that we're in Iran, we might as well do it there. You know, obviously not on a city, on their fucking subterranean missile silos that I fucking posted about the other day. And it would be a great show of force.
Yeah, but then that's like mutually assured destruction.
Says what? Against who? Who's destroying us? How?
I feel like North Korea would be like, fuck it, I want to be involved in this.
Bro, North Korea can't do shit. What are you talking about? And why would they? Why would the king of North Korea end his reign? What would be the point of that? He's chilling. He's got the world's greatest collection of cognac. He's having a blast. Hanging around with fucking Dennis Rodman, bro. He's not gonna start anything.
So, like, do you guys consider us at war with Iran for real?
For real.
Alright, damn, so it's really up like that.
Yeah, bro.
I guess it's going to be one of those situations where, like, we're at war, but we kind of just forget about it, right?
Yeah. It's gonna be like really cool, right? For like 3 months, and then we're gonna be like, all right, this is boring. You know, it's gonna fade away into the background. It's fade away.
It's just going to be hella, like, Americans coming through chilling.
Yeah, bro. And if you question it, you're like unpatriotic, you're a terrorist, you're un-American, you know. Just gotta go with the mission, bro.
See, in the grand scheme of shit, I could fuck with that.
Exactly, bro.
I hope that we help good things happen, though, if it must happen this way. If it must happen. You know what I mean? And it looks like it has to happen this way. Or maybe we won't do such a heavily committed boots on the ground intervention. I don't know. It's just such an interesting development. I'm like, what the hell? But whatever, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought we were about to invade Mexico, right? And clear out the cartels. And then instantly, that's old news. And no one's talking about Mexico and the fentanyl and the cartels.
Yeah, dude. You never let them know your next move.
That's why we need to invade Cuba.
Bro?
That's why you invade Cuba right now. Everyone gets distracted. Boom, you invade Greenland. Boom, you invade Colombia. Then you chill.
about the files.
What files, bro? That's old
Right.
news.
Exactly. Yo,
They'll never come out.
PTR. Check out the new PTR. The shit was hilarious.
Those files will never come out. And we all know the full truth.
We're at war with Greenland and he wants to fucking do a fucking witch hunt. What the fuck? Or fucking Iran. Same shit. One of those countries.
The worst part, it wasn't even close, guys. It wasn't even close. It was like 35 people that voted for releasing everything, right? And the rest of them said, no, we'd rather protect the pedophiles. It's crazy.
Yo, like, has your profile been visited way more in the last few days than usual?
I don't know how to check things like that, bro. I don't even know how to ping people into rooms.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
Oleg, have you seen if there's been increased search results on Google from Tel Aviv on your name?
I don't use my real name for that reason.
The smart
shit. My shit's been viewed way this week than ever before.
my nigga Jacoby. Oh, he did.
It's all the Mossad agents, bro.
God, it's all these fucking pro-monarchist versions.
Yeah,
Oh, you're not a Jew, Oleg?
I am. I'm a fake Jew. I'm a fake Jew. I
Yeah, what up?
don't practice Judaism at all. I just found out my grandmother was a Jew when I was older. But
We're all mutts. If you're born from the 90s, 50s, we're all a bunch of mutts.
there you go.
Okay. Let's end this war, man. I ain't trying to be paying fucking $30 a fucking gallon.
We started it, brother.
Yeah, well,
This is where you fucking buy some American flags, and you fucking, yeah, bro.
I'm just gonna buy ammo. That's all I'm gonna do. Buy guns and ammo.
Dude,
How old are you, Luis?
29.
You're about to get drafted, bro.
I'll go on it. I will willingly go fucking, bro. Y'all niggas are pussies. I will go and fucking take the nuke with my hands.
Yeah, go die for Israel. That's
Based.
Hey, did you guys see the Marine? Like the guy that was
Yeah.
forced out of? Yeah, that was
We
great.
were just talking about that. He, what did you say, Oleg? What was
Yeah,
that?
he couldn't keep his hands to himself.
You know, your tone of voice makes it that much more funnier. Your delivery is fucking perfect, bro.
Who's winning right now? Iran?
We're always winning, bro. Even when we're losing, we're winning.
Iran needs to win, or they just need to destroy each other because it's not gonna be good if Israel wins.
The greatest winner is NBS.
hey, dude, wasn't America's like conditions at the negotiating table like, all right, bruh, y'all gotta give away all of your weapons, all of them, or else. All
That's
right,
stupid.
right?
Yeah, that's stupid.
And Iran was like, nah. And then they were like, what the fuck? I guess we're at war.
They're an old dynasty, so of
Yeah.
course they're gonna do that.
Like, if you just go off of what they said happened,
No, bro.
they offered a lot of shit, bro.
There was
America offered a lot of shit. And
Yeah, but it doesn't matter, bro.
I'm saying like
it does matter.
No, because why can't they have power? Why can't they have fucking nuke?
Because they're the
Because
idiots
they're
that
our
wanted to fucking
enemies.
say it out loud that fucking...
Bro, even propaganda is.
No. It's just
Shut the
simple.
fuck up. Fucking
It's
retard.
just simple. They're our enemies.
Oh, he's the fucking Arab. Never mind.
Why would you want your enemies to be more powerful?
I don't want them to be powerful. It needs to be equal.
That's
You're
retarded.
a dumbass.
Yo,
Why you gotta attack me?
Alessandro, is that
Yeah,
is
this
that
woman in the same cell as a rapist.
is that an OnlyFans chick?
Should be equal.
Your Epstein guy, what is he?
Yeah, what were you saying,
Yeah.
Faisal?
Samoa, check out my PTR, Samoa.
Six.
7.
Why do you have a PTR of an OnlyFans model?
Did you read it, Samoa? LeBron never did that. That shit was fucking
Dude.
The memes are next level, bro. They're really good, dude. It sucks. This it's like people are dying, right? But this shit's funny, man. The memes are funny.
So what do you think's gonna happen in the next?
That means, bro.
What's gonna happen in the next year? What do y'all predict?
If you don't get drafted, not much.
I will only go. Don't worry.
No.
But he's an Arab. Send his ass back home.
I'm American, dude. I'm Texan.
That's a black Mexican, man.
Texas, it's his own country, honestly. So I think we're gonna it gets too crazy. We'll just be our own fucking country.
Yeah, but it's like the economy. That's the worst part, right? They have to kind of fucking juice they have to juice the economy. They have to start quantitative easing again and print more money, and then your money is going to be fucking worthless. Not, of course, but that's the scary part, right?
So, well, I love the Jews. I'm just saying that there's something going on that just needs to end already.
And also,
Those rich people that are just playing chess with the humanity.
They're gonna fuck us either way, because once America wins, if they win, right? Or sorry, if Israel wins,
Yeah.
then they have there's no deterrent in the Middle East. They can bomb every fucking country they want, and they're gonna create like millions of refugees, like millions of them. It's not even like what's happening in Europe is gonna be like a fucking a picnic compared to what's going to happen in the next decade if Israel becomes the hegemon of that place, right?
Yep.
And then there's going to be like, well, actually, Europe is Arab now, so now we have to open the borders to the Americas, of course. We need diversity. All of it. It's very important.
It's gonna be like Canada, India, and then number 2.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see.
You guys sound anti-Semitic.
Yeah, you're cooked. They're gonna get a drone to get in your fucking window.
Yeah. You're about to get mail from Palantir.
I'm looking for that $7,000 per day.
I need it. I need that.
Did you guys hear that Israel skipped all the influencers of the
I need 7,000. That's it. Them niggas got money. What? 7? Come on. Pay my taxes, please, God.
You know what's crazy is that you would probably have to pay taxes on that $7,000, and that money would go back to Israel. Yeah, it'd go back to Israel. It'd be full circle.
Oh man, yeah. So sad.
It's funny because Israel's smart as fuck.
Yeah, they are.
People. But Iran just got backed up by China and fucking Russia, so.
No, they didn't, bro.
No? They don't think they'll help?
Russia's asleep, and China is not going to get involved.
Well, Russia's a fucking. God knows what they got.
Well,
Russia has shown in the last 2 major conflicts in the region that they are not going to get involved. They allowed Syria to fall, bro.
They're a sleeping giant. China's just. All they have to do is take over Taiwan, and then
that's what they're waiting for, Alice. Like they want America to exhaust all their their munitions, right? And then once the economy is strained and you have to ramp up production, then it's like, okay, well now they're kind of tired, so now we can do it, right?
Yeah.
Back-to-back wars. I mean, it's not like it hasn't happened before, but this time, the situation is a little bit different because money. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
They cooked the next term.
On China in the next 4 months.
What did you say, Hagop? You think it's going to happen in 4 months?
Yeah, I've been making this bold prediction even prior to the invasion of Iran. I think that Venezuela was the handoff, and Taiwan is going to be the handoff reciprocated to
Yep.
China.
Yeah.
But the thing is like they cooked the next term. Like, who are we gonna vote for?
No, it's gonna be
Gavin Newsom.
Nobody wants to.
He recently
Nobody's
said
worthy, bro. Nobody's worthy.
And
He
if
recently said
you
some
can play both
anti-Semitic
sides,
comments.
you can also do that.
He did.
Nobody wants.
He's gonna write
Nobody's
the
worthy.
Listen, if this war actually happens, it's going to be very bad for MAGA and all of its people. It's going to split that voter base. But, you know, we will always be perpetually stuck in choosing between the lesser of two evils. So it really doesn't matter who wins.
So it's either a pedophile or a pedophile cannibal.
Yes. There's no winning.
Shut up.
I'm surprised Iran hasn't bombed the Scandinavian countries yet.
Well,
They've been awfully quiet, bro. What are you guys doing?
we are we, like this is the thing though, Hiccup. It's kind of like we got scared and kind of because like neutrality has served at least us pretty well. Like the rest of the Scandinavian countries are pretty like, yeah, well, you know, Russia. So once Russia started posturing more, we became super scared, especially after Ukraine. So then instantly, even the staunchest kind of left-leaning people that were like, you know, never NATO, they were like, okay, NATO. and then Denmark happened, or Greenland, and then we were like, fuck, okay, I guess we're just gonna sit quiet in the corner and hope no one notices us. That's, I think, the strategy right now.
It might be working.
Yeah, but we'll see. I think eventually, like what I would actually want would be like Scandinavia first, kind of like so. If we exited the European Union, people would say, "Oh, well, actually, that's retarded. Look what happened to the UK when they did it." Well, it turns out fucking George Soros funded research to fudge the numbers to make it look worse than it actually was for the economy of the UK. But a Scandinavian Union, I think that would be pretty nice. Like we take care of our own defense. We're not expansionists. So and our economy would actually be, I think, like the 6th or 7th largest in the world if we band it together. And it makes sense because we understand each other up here. So it's like the North. We can do our own thing, and we won't bother anyone else. And we are also, of course, good traders. Like that's essentially the basis of our economy. So engineers and stuff like that. Not anymore because we have too many Arabs. But before we.
Hey, what's wrong with Arabs?
A lot.
They're better than.
Well, we have a lot of them, and not the good ones. Like the Syrian doctors and all of them, they went to the UK or America. We got like the people that can't read. That's the people we have now.
Okay. I'm half German too, so we're good. You're German? Oh.
You know, Germany's been. You remember that political
been quiet
article,
lately.
Alex?
Which one?
Talking about the political article about Germany building up its army.
Yeah.
Headline was
Bro, you
third
can't
time
have
in
World War
charge.
III without Germany.
Exactly. I'm curious to see what they do in the next coming weeks. All of a sudden, the new Ayatollah comes out and he's German. Like, it's gonna be crazy, dude. It's gonna be crazy.
That would be so fun, bro. No, I think, but Germany seems to finally be realizing that, you know, maybe killing your you know, energy infrastructure wasn't the smartest move.
Yes.
So we'll see what happens.
We just turned on their PlayStation.
Alice.
Well,
You want to play Fortnite right now?
I'm on Fortnite.
No, but I heard your PlayStation turn on.
I'm like, damn, nigga, what do you want to know?
Nothing. I'm just curious. What you playing?
No, I was just looking to see if anybody's online, but nope. I'm staring
There's
at
only
a
one account in Tel Aviv.
I'm staring at a
called
dead
FC
screen.
You should start practicing flying UAVs, bro.
Yeah.
No, I'm taking the bomb more to where I need it.
Or you're gonna carry it on your account.
I'm gonna carry that motherfucker if I don't make it. Well, sorry. I'm gonna detonate anyways.
I saw this meme yesterday.
For who? For the Jews or America?
It's a good question.
The Jews, of course.
Yeah.
Got to.
Yeah.
For Epstein, I guess.
Yeah.
That's what we're writing on all of our bombs right now. We're writing for Epstein with love.
They're having fun out there.
And then we're still writing release the hostages, even though they've been released.
They don't give a fuck about the hostages. Excuse me. You know, so what's funny is, I'm scared of y'all Jew niggas. Are y'all really going for the Jews? Not the Jew, the Zionists. Let me get it straight.
Yes.
Yes.
Same, because I'm scared. I don't want a fucking drone flying through my goddamn window.
You should be scared.
Yo, what? Alright, everything was a joke. Yeah, look, I'm a side agent just messaged me right now. Holy, that's funny, ain't it? Jesus Christ. What's up, Hog? You on Fortnite?
No, bro, I don't play Fortnite.
What do you play?
No, I just occasionally play some FC.
I do that in real life. Come on now.
I used to.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't. But that's what. You gotta play something bigger with me. Bigger. Oh, hell no. Who? What? Pocket? Fuck Pocket's
Black
fucking shit.
Rabbi, bro.
Pocket, get the fuck up out of here with that bullshit. No, hey, y'all need to straighten this woman out. Or this man. I don't know what it is yet. No, Vigor is like a Russian game. We gotta learn the Russian landscape.
If you want to do that, learn or play Escape from Tarkov.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, that's just silly. That's too much. The fucking inventory and all that bullshit. No, can't do it. Pocket, just act right. Like that's how. So you good.
Speak English now, well.
Just act right. That's all you gotta do. You talking shit to me in your little fairy tale land that you had going on?
Yeah, shout out to Fairy Tales.
Somewhere.
When you wish upon a star, no different where you are. When you wish upon a star,
Dick right in this
your
He's singing a
dreams
fucking song.
are
Why are you thinking of dick?
true.
Ooh. Oh, I almost said it. Is that your sugar daddy pocket?
You already know. I get,
Hey,
I get
okay,
all
my
his
fault.
pennies, bro. I get all his pennies.
That's anti-Semitic.
Because they don't give them out. I'm very lucky.
Touche.
Mm-hmm.
Touche.
Never mind.
Guys, is this the most unbelievable military in the history of military campaigns? I am
every minute. This is just breathtaking, and we don't know the half of it. It's just amazing.
Wait, Norm, did you say you're loving every minute of it?
Yeah, I said I'm loving every minute of it.
What the fuck?
Not beating the allegations here.
What? Do you want me to beat
You like-
around the bush?
No, it's fine, Norm. You're entitled
Yeah,
to
I literally watched
fuck
3
you
random
are.
people get bombed this morning on their way to.
Yeah.
Random?
Just some
Wait, what the fuck?
bloodbath
Wait, what
with my
happened
morning
now?
coffee.
Wait, somebody got bombed?
No way!
Y'all are evil as fuck. You just want people to get bombed and
Oh,
everything?
we like killing bad guys. That's our
People die
job.
every day, B.
No, you're killing innocent people.
No,
not
there's
just
no
bad
people
guys.
involved whatsoever.
They
The
look
United
innocent.
They were
They
programmed
didn't
to
look
think
innocent
that
in
way.
their flip-flops and shorts, man.
Fucking
Oh,
shut the fuck up. You sit there naked, nigga.
Mass population.
Pretty guilty to me.
What's that now?
Yeah, they look pretty
What are you
guilty.
talking about? Which one are you talking about? I'm talking about killing that evil Ayatollah guy.
Oh hell yeah! Shout out to that.
You can program all y'all.
Wait, what?
You don't even know what that means.
War.
You didn't see this?
We shouldn't need war.
People last week. This is the world's foremost
We don't
sponsor of
need
terror.
war.
You're on the side of the terrorist?
No, I didn't say that.
Yeah, you did.
But look, there's a bunch of innocent people. There's a bunch of innocent people, and y'all worried about that.
We're innocent.
They said people die every day.
I need you to channel your inner Texan. You're either with or against.
Do you know the shoes you're wearing literally came from child
Marcus,
slavery?
you should
It's time, bro. It's go time.
They were
Stop being a
led.
The
led
shoes you're wearing are made from child slave
And,
labor.
and hold
Come
on.
out from under your bed, man.
And why shouldn't Norm be happy? As he said, we're going after the bad guys. They say death to America 24/7. Why shouldn't he be happy?
bro.
Because he loves
Those
child
are
slavery.
people that don't know the way.
Denial.
Those are people that aren't.
He wants to make
They don't know the way.
Like they just haven't found Jesus yet, and you're gonna show them.
Marcus, you sit there in AC and just sit and look at the TV. Stop.
I mean, who
Yo,
who
stop
isn't in
attacking
AC?
a woman, bro.
I know her. Shut up.
You don't know.
I know her. Shut
You
up.
knew me for an hour.
That's a woman.
Maybe three. But yeah.
He lasted an hour? Well, good for him.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man.
But it lasted an hour, and it was over.
I can't feel nothing, but anyway.
Yo, I wonder where Jacobus is right now.
Oh, don't summon.
Oh my God, I'll get him in here right now. Don't worry.
Yeah, get him in here, bro.
I'll get him in
How
here.
he feels about this whole situation. We haven't heard.
No, but my fault. Alright, my fault. Hey.
You sound like you sound.
I guess she's being chill. Okay,
like
alright.
close to 17. I'm gonna say 17. Look, you almost 18.
What? So what are you saying?
6.
Oh God. Programmed.
What does that even mean? Do you know what that means?
It means you're just following the fucking
He's got
bullshit.
no idea what he's talking
Yeah,
about. He knows one word. He's got a vocabulary
Okay, you
of one
still
word.
believe in the Illuminati?
Oh, I'm getting double teamed. Can anybody help me out?
Bro, is your mommy around? Call your mommy. Maybe she can come in here.
Let's not talk about parents, bro.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
beg your pardon. Yeah. Okay, call your granny.
You're crazy, bro. It's crazy. You tell the Zionists to stop taking
Yeah.
paper.
Nigga.
Is that anti-Semitic? Nah, that can't be.
Here Israel is conquering a nation 10 times its size with the help of its glorious army.
You're talking about American living bliss, nigga.
You're like living bliss.
Biggest
You're like,
underdog story.
they're innocent. They're innocent. People are dancing in the streets saying, June, BB June, doing the YMCA dance for President Trump. And you're like,
Iranians
they're
are just fucking
innocent.
ecstatic right now. Yeah.
Bro,
Get a clue, man.
I don't think you understand what was happening in Iran, bro. They're ecstatic right now, dude. Ecstatic. They're so happy, bro. Like, you have no idea what you're going.
you see, nobody wants to fix the problem. They all just want to kill each
We
other.
just fixed the
Oh, what's the
problem. We're rid of
problem?
the problem.
Problem is a crazy terror regime with nuclear bombs. That's the problem. Well, we're taking care of it.
Yeah, but
we
they
got
get
the
to.
reaction.
Yeah, do you know
They
Israel
want that shit.
stole our fucking nuke?
According to who?
We got the reactor. We want
Well,
the shit.
exactly. That's how good they are. But I didn't
According
care.
to
It's
who?
fine.
Yeah, when did they do this? When
Does
did they
Israel
do
have
this?
a reactor? I wonder.
Roswell. Doesn't matter. What's wrong with Iran having
asking
a...
you, you're not,
Because they're
I'm
crazy
not talking
shit
about it.
terrorists. Look at them bombing their Arab
I mean,
brothers
are you on
and
spring
sisters right
break
now
right
in Ramadan. I mean, what are they smoking?
We got Will.
Yeah, usually.
Okay, yeah,
Must
that
got
we
some
take.
good weed out there. And
That we take.
No, they're
The
really
opium-
great. They have something called
There's
teriyaki,
smoking
which
spice.
is
The opium that we
Yeah.
take from them. Yeah.
Shout out to the
I've
opium.
never seen any.
We have a lot of depressed people like it.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah, you're one of them.
that opium. I mean,
That's a
have you ever
fact,
seen
dude.
opium in your life?
smoking that Khomeini pack, bro.
Oh.
Come to the sand dunes, nigga. You be good.
Yeah, you definitely sound like a child. You play
Podcast.
Fortnite?
What are you
Do
doing?
you build, bro? I bet you build, dude.
I can't believe
I played this game for years. I don't know.
Yeah, I bet you build. I bet you like build towers.
Yeah, I bet you don't build.
I don't play.
What do you do? Sit there, like look at the screen, like you usually
I
do.
make money.
That's fine. That's good.
You'll have
I'm
rent.
happy
You'll
for
have
you.
rent one day. You'll realize it's real.
I have rent one day. I do.
Oh, okay.
Why are you attacking me?
No one's attacking you. You're safe. You're fine.
No, you're attacking me.
You're safe. I promise.
I need.
Fuck it. What do you want? What do you want from me? Other than my money.
Just the mute button would be beautiful.
Yeah. Stay there. You go. Mute up. See, you killed it. Killed the room.
Oh, I promise you. It was not me.
You promised it.
It was not me. Oh, yo, shout out to Zelda Vincent. Yes.
So
What you know about Super Smash Brothers?
what?
What you know about Super
Vincent
Smash
won't
Brothers?
come up pockets. Vincent's afraid of us.
That's okay.
Pockets.
He's safe down there.
Chill.
What do you know?
Chill,
What do you know about GameCube? Yeah.
Not a lot.
Let's invite this guy Beavis up on stage. He just comes up here and makes noises like Beavis from Beavis and Butthead.
I
I got to play the lottery.
No, he's been in here before,
Oh, damn.
pockets.
You could have just.
You say you gonna play the lottery?
I can't lie, pockets. I can't lie.
Play They'll Make a Million. If you win, throw me a little something. Pockets.
Stop addressing me.
Throw me a little something if you win. Like 7,000. That's my
Damn, you made Ace run away. That sucks.
Wasn't that fun? I love doing that. Boom, boom.
Bam, bam.
What the fuck was that?
Where's Bong Holio?
Shot
I took
fired.
a deep breath.
Pockets, are you bleeding right now?
That's literally all he does, by
Oh,
the
dude,
way.
you're so weird. Who asked that shit?
He's just learning about the difference between men and women. He's
I
got
would
all
say
kinds of
it must have
questions.
been new. Like,
He's got all kinds of
Yo,
questions.
why double attack? Like, what are we doing?
double tag is crazy. Who says that?
Why can't you fight back? It's just two of them.
Yeah, these two little goblins, Alice. I'm
It's the goblins.
You know how many countries? You know how many countries Israel had to fight back?
all of them.
Back
Oh,
in
God.
1948, and then you got the nerve to talk about alleged stealing of nuclear secrets. So what if they did?
They deserve
Yeah.
that shit.
You want them to fight?
So what if Iran wants nuclear?
You want them to fight
Iran
7
doesn't deserve to be
countries
nuclear when it's
with
people
fucking
start.
machine guns and tanks? Yeah.
So what if Iran wants
Doesn't
nuclear
deserve
bombs
that
as
shit.
well?
And
What if
what
they're
would
just
you
as scared?
Yo,
And
What would you
Iran's
do
government
then?
has literally killed
And
its people
what
by the
would you
thousands.
do in their position?
pray,
Yes.
pray for Israel. Pray for Israel.
After
Exactly.
this, don't fucking do that shit.
At
man.
least
Don't do that.
you're not the chosen one, bro.
Cock is deep.
Alright, well, I need some money.
No, don't jump in.
Let's
The
jump
pocket
him.
chip.
Let's jump him.
That's fine. That's I like it.
Pray for Israel, man.
You're Mexican, nigga. Shut up.
Don't matter. We can still pray for.
Are you sure? Are you really
That's the
sure?
most demonic shit you ever
Abdizzle. Nigga,
Yo, Aliz,
why are
what's,
you over the border, nigga? What are you talking about right now?
yo, Aliz, what's wrong with being Mexican, bro?
Nothing. I'm
Y'all
just
almost
letting
sound
you.
alike.
I'm reminding you.
Abdi, you're supposed to hump the wall, not climb it.
Nah, we
Hey, yo,
tunnel.
Aliz,
Tunnels.
have you seen who my Mexican president is?
When you show a picture of her, you can
And guess what? Nigga, she ran as soon as they fucking Mexico went crazy.
Bro, the craziest thing I found out, supposedly, Alessandra Ocasio-Cortez, she has Sephardim, she's a Jew, bro.
Yes,
I didn't know.
proud
I
Jew.
didn't even know. I found out this morning.
What?
He's Sephardic?
Nigga,
Yeah.
this is Venezuela, bro.
Yeah.
And guess who Venezuela's gonna be?
Yeah.
Another Jew.
Again,
Guess who's
like,
next?
You really gotta give it to them, Alice. They are very, very good. They have to do what they have to do in order to not get murdered. So I totally understand. I am
for sure.
sympathetic to Norm and his tribe. It is rough. Like, just imagine, to a neighborhood, you got like 50 fucking lions around you, and they're all trying to convince you to buy eggs and sell your kids. So it's like, what are you supposed to do? Like, of course, you have to kill these people. That's the only way.
Look.
So yeah. You can't
I'm
take
here
the
an
bait.
advocate. I respect the Jews. I love them.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, it just has to be an argument about it.
Yeah. Don't hate the place.
We all do something wrong. Yeah.
Everybody hates the Jews until it's time to do your taxes, or it's time to get a
What's
defense
that?
attorney.
What's that? I don't know what taxes are, but yeah, okay.
Or in my case, I needed a foot doctor.
Sam?
All of a sudden it's like, where's Goldberg? Where's Goldberg? I need Goldberg.
Actually, my foot doctor is Goldstein. No, but he's cool as fuck though. Like, I actually love that guy. We get along real good. He's a Mets fan. I'm a Mets fan. He's fairly young to be a doctor. I want to say he's like in his mid 40s, early 40s. The only thing he doesn't like is I'll come to the appointment wearing slippers, like sandals, slides, and he like, yo, come on, man, you need support on that arch. And I'm like, shit, you right. But his office, I'm not even kidding, my foot doctor's office is 800 feet away from my front door, so come on, bro. Can't blame me for wearing slides.
I'm waiting for you to go there barefoot.
I can show up. That's how close his office is to my house.
Yeah, walk your ass over there. Walk the line, nigga. Walk the line.
Pray for Israel.
No, pray the war stops.
Fuck you and fuck Israel.
Pray the war stops.
I hump you and I hump your camel.
Pray for Palestine.
I'm glad you brought that up. I was over there looking for it.
Pray for the innocent. The innocent people that just walk and
Where is
work
this
hard.
sign of which you speak? I looked for it, man. It wasn't anywhere. Maybe it's an idea for the future or something.
Palestine is in the same continent as Wakanda.
Oh, Wakandastine. Now I read you. Thank you for informing me. Wakandastine.
The rusted dome. I don't want to say nothing. Stop. I'm gonna stop.
don't want you.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, you would hate Russia, man.
Well,
Money in Russia.
vodka and cold weather, I love it.
Yeah, and no rights, no money.
That's fine.
Well, I guess if you got nothing, then you got nothing to lose.
Hey, a good wife, not westernized, that's all I need. That's all I need. Give me a faithful woman out
They
there,
will
I'm
break
good.
you in
You
half, those Russian women.
You can buy a
Better
good
than
wife
Westerns.
over there. You can buy a good wife.
Yeah.
They'll put your ass to work.
Let's say good. Now you need a bitch to tell me to get up and go.
Oleg, what's up with the anti-Russia propaganda?
That's not anti-Russia. I said they won't want him.
I keep a close watch on this heart of mine. I keep my eyes wide open
All the time.
I keep the ends out for the tide that binds. Because you're mine.
I walk the line. Nigga died a proud man.
I find it very, very easy to be true. I find myself when each day is through. Yes, I'll admit that I'm a fool for you. Because you're mine.
I walk the line. The ring of fire.
As sure as night is dark and day is light, I keep you on my mind both day and night. And happiness I've known proves that it's right. Because you're mine, I walk the line. You've got a way.
What about the Polacks? Would they want Liz?
What's that?
Would the Polacks want Liz? Oleg?
What?
What happened?
No, they're extremely racist, Abdi. So they would probably not go for it.
Fucking Polacks, man. They're the Mexicans of Europe.
Yeah, wait. To be fair, yes.
No, they got themselves a good army, man. They really armed up. They don't want to be overrun by Russia. Oh, they got a good country now. They got a good economy. They're really rising.
My friend from England said Polacks are the Mexicans of Europe because you can hire them for cheap labor and they're tough as nails, indestructible.
You can work hard.
Yep.
How about that?
Drink a lot.
Nobody works harder than a fucking illegal Mexican. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, but working hard and working correctly are two different things. So, come on now.
Nigga, they're fighting every day. In their mind, they get caught every day.
This country's terrible. This country's terrible. Meanwhile, millions of people are swimming through the water to come here for a chance to
Yeah, they risk their lives literally just to get a chance.
Yeah, well, most of us don't realize that. Like, we got it good. We got it good here. Or eating fucking mosquito hamburgers.
Alex,
In
what
Africa.
country in Europe is the most accepting? Would it be like the Scandinavians, like the Swedish?
Not so
Norway has oil.
Yeah, not so much anymore. But I'd say probably UK seems pretty dead set on eradicating themselves. So
Yeah.
UK's doing bad.
That you mean fucking you British stan?
Yeah,
British
but you
stan?
don't have to take the Shahada up there. If you become a Muslim, UK is the paradise on earth for you.
Dig this. The Gulf Arab nations won't let their kids go to school in Britain because they get. I'm sure they get ideologically brainwashed.
Yeah, they're becoming.
UAE is pulling their kids out.
Yeah.
Nigga, we're all brainwashed. What are you
Yes,
saying?
and Norm, some of their leaders warned about this like 8 years ago. They said the radical Islam dudes are gonna come out of Europe because we're pushing out the trash, and you guys just keep taking them.
They did. I saw it.
Yep. I think, unfortunately, I think the UK is going to be the first Islamist state with nuclear capabilities. That's what it looks like at the moment. So we'll see if they don't become, super duper ethno-nationalistic in like 10 minutes, which seems to be happening.
It's actually happening.
Yeah.
Isn't Sweden doing the same thing?
Well, it's greatly exaggerated, Oleg. Like they are boasting that we have net zero migration, but that's if you squint, if you only look at asylum numbers, sure, but they are really poor at making sure that the people that have gotten their visas denied, that they get shipped out of the country. So that is not working. And also they don't consider family reunification. That is not technically considered migration by their own standards. Meaning we still have about 150,000 people coming from the Arab nations every year because their family are already here. They have anchor family members. So it's like, yes, they really want to kind of make it look like we're being harsh, and we have gotten harsher. That is true, but it's not like fucking, the MAGA dream world where every brown person gets deported instantly. Like that's not happening. So we'll see. And it's also kind of interesting, right, from a political standpoint, because our kind of Sweden First Party, they used to be Nazis. They were funded by an officer from the SS, but now they are in Israel kissing the wall to earn brownie points from the hard right in Israel. So we'll see what happens, Oleg. But currently, kind of middle of the road. Not not a nothing burger, but not like as impressive as it's been portrayed to be. But it seems more and more like Europe is kind of copying, or they have for a long time, but it's becoming more overtly now that they're copying the politics of America. So we're going to have the same discussions here as in the States when it comes to war, culture, politics in general, unfortunately. But Norm, let me ask you, while I have you on the line, what do you see like happening post this thing? Let's, for argument's sake, say that America and Israel are successful in this endeavor, and they manage to implement regime change. Maybe the crown prince becomes the intermittent ruler. Do you think it's finally going to stabilize over there, or do you think it's going to be even more conflicts after?
How you think I have like a crystal ball?
No. Like
Nostradamus or something?
I wish that was the case. I would ask you for stock market tips all day.
Democratic, everybody wants democratic liberal society. It seems the Persian people are amazing people with incredible history, incredible culture, incredible cinema and art and music and food. Let them be themselves without this crazy regime. It was the weirdest thing. These Shia, forgive me, they're just nuts. They're just insane. These terrorists, and they got to get out of there.
Yeah.
Then maybe they'll have a chance to make a normal society, multi-ethnic society. You see, the Kurds are on the ground now. You see that the CIA kind of activated them, and they're attacking. Do you know about that?
No, but it wouldn't surprise me because they've had the animosity towards the regime for a long time, so it's a perfect opportunity to do so. But we'll see. Hopefully, it works out. It is a little bit scary, but it seems like It also depends on how long it drags, right? You don't want another Iraq or like a Vietnam.
Oh, hell no.
So we'll see for how long like this is going to drag on. But
I think this is, first of all, this is a demonstration. This is like a PowerPoint demonstration for China to show them that the U.S. is willing to flex. And don't move on Taiwan because we're going to be we're willing to use our massive power. That's number one. Number two, really, Trump wants to leave Israel in charge of the region just to keep the trade flowing. That's all that is needed. You notice how the Straits of Hormuz are open. Trump just offered to literally ensure and guarantee, like financially ensure and militarily guarantee safe passage through the Strait of Hormuz. Because the world runs on oil. That's true of the United States. It's true of Europe. It's true of China. So a lot of this is about just keeping the shipping lanes open. So Iran is losing a lot of its ability to project power, to arm proxies, to create insurrections in Yemen, Lebanon, Syria, Iraq. All of that is being cut way back. Then we're really going to have to see if a more or less democratic society is possible. I hope so. Can I see these guys going up into the hills and waging a guerrilla war forever? Yeah, I can see that happening. But it's a lot different than them being in charge.
Yeah, we'll see. And clearly, I mean, that would be the preferable outcome. I feel like it's always interesting because, you know what I mean, when discussions like these are being held, Norm, it's like very clear where people's biases lie, or like they become quite visible. So even though like most people, even the staunchest kind of leftist people, they say like, well, of course it's probably not ideal for the people living under those circumstances, but at the same time they're anti-imperialist and they're anti-Zionism and they're anti all the things we are also anti. So it becomes, it's kind of interesting listening to someone like Himothy, for example, when he's like, he can admit, like, yes, being a woman in Iran, probably not a good time, or gay, but at the same time, they're anti everything I hate. So it becomes like a cognitive dissonance in real time, which is entertaining.
This is not a good time for the leftists, for the Democrats in America, for all the Jew haters and anti-Israeli, types. This is not a good time for them because they're seeing the ability still of free nations to defend our values, to defend Western values, which include, things like free trade and the global financial systems and rules-based order, all of which America is the defender of. And look at freaking Europe, England, once our closest ally. England's like, oh, I don't know if we really want to get involved here. 24 hours later, Starmer's like, okay, we're in, okay. Yeah, we'll do it, These freaking IRGC, the Islamic State, attacked Europe. Cyprus is in Europe. They attacked why do they do this? They're insane. They're uniting the world against them. And Russia and China are like, yeah, well, my name is Paul, and this is between y'all, They're not getting involved.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Timothy's the worst, Alex.
Well, I mean, to be fair, like sometimes he is entertaining, but Timothy is, to an extent, he has a lot of arrogance, right? And I'm kind of allergic to that, even though I'm guilty of it myself sometimes.
He's nasty. No, but you're not nasty. He's a hater. What is he, Somali or Nigerian?
I believe it's Nigerian.
He's actually half white. Maybe you guys didn't know.
I alluded to it once, and then he became angry, and he said, like, no, that's not true. But anyway.
I was literally here when he admitted it.
Regardless of his...
he's white from the waist down?
It seems like it from how he speaks,
Yeah.
Norm.
Yeah.
But
He's got that little man complex.
but at the same time, again, not to say he sometimes. I mean, even a broken clock is correct 2 times a day. So I'm gonna be, charitable. I try to be as much as possible.
What's the part that got him upset? When you said he was Somali, or when you said he was
No,
white?
I think I alluded to him being vain, and by extension being a woman, because only women are vain and require external validation, and he did not like that armchair psychology kind of right on the nose, but yes. But he of course he also has his gripes with me, and he's entitled to them. But still.
What's his gripe with you? I don't know if you're white or not. Are you white?
Yeah, I would technically be considered white. I don't know in America. Probably yes. My mother is Chilean, Norm. So So I actually, according to the somewhat fudgy DNA tests, I'm actually 2% Ganasi as well. So I'm part of the tribe.
No, I'm sorry. That doesn't get you in. I'm glad for your 2%, but that doesn't get you in.
No. It's enough to send me to the camps, but not enough to get me in.
I don't know if 2% is not enough.
No, that's fair. Like I think in during German and during Hitler, it was like if you had like a grandfather,
One grandparent, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, no, but slight joke on my part here, but no, yes. So I would be considered, I guess, white, and it was, I think, the impetus of his animosity towards me was when we were discussing. I was in one of their intellectual / debate rooms, and they were speaking about something, and I used the derogatory term for a homosexual, but not like in the sense that I have nothing against gay people, Norm. It's like spiritually, when someone is being effeminate and kind of snotty and kind of talking down to people, I think they're a little bit faggy. And I said this in that room, and I was thrown down. And then they compelled me to use the N-word. And I said, no, actually, I don't want to use it. And then I think
what's the N word?
It's
nuclear.
Exactly, Keith.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
You better never say that. Nuclear.
No. But and then I think Timothy kind of gained a little bit of respect for me, because clearly he is partial in who gets to use that word. But then in another room, when I was arguing with Lion, I actually used it because he was acting like one. And then he was like,
hard ER or like soft?
Oh no, we're full blown nuclear.
Oh damn, nuclear? You went nuclear? Oh,
I went nuclear on Lion's ass.
Shame on you.
Yeah. And then I think Timothy was very angry, and he said, well, you're a liar. You told me before. I said, but I didn't, because I was thrown down in the audience in that room. But what I wanted to say was that it's contextually based. So if you compel me to say something, I don't think I'm obliged to tell you when you say I can say something. I want to say it whenever I feel like saying it, and then I have to suffer the consequences of that, of course. But generally speaking, I don't consider myself racist or homophobic, because I have nothing against any of those groups. It's spiritually, when you act like
any of which groups?
Of all groups, really, Keith. So if you have a derogatory term for any group, if you act like like a person that is like that, it doesn't necessarily mean I think you're
What's the derogatory term for white guy that acts like
male monkey, colonizer,
cracker?
Cracker.
No, those are all positive. Shit, cracker, cracking the whip, calling.
Yeah, sure.
Pretty positive.
But let's say like
it's positive.
Not positive, but it's not.
No, it's like not.
You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. But again, it's more about spiritually encompassing the frame of it, Keith. So even like even someone like Abdi, if he were acting like whiny and being like, well, actually, baby, I'd be like, stop being a fag, bro. Come on. And it's not that I hate homosexual people. You get that? Like it's more about like
Fag as in female ass grabber, or
well, in this scenario, sure, Keith. Sure. But again, it's not bigotry. It's just it rolls off the tongue very nicely when you're angry. So it's or not angry, but like when you're emotional, let's say. So it's more of that. And of course, there's a certain level of tabletch to it. But again, all the people in here, Jacob, huge respect for him. Hag up. Also, Concrete, I like a lot. I think he's extremely funny. He is retarded sometimes. Oh, also retarded, of course, is also a bad word. But again, nothing against intellectually challenged people. It's just it's just you wouldn't say it to someone's face if someone is like mentally challenged. Like I would never call them that. Like it's more about telling someone that when they're stupid that they are a retard. And it sounds nice. It's probably the nicest R word.
you know what it does?
Yeah,
It
no,
says-
definitely. Yeah.
It says more about oneself than it does the other person.
Sure. Yes, that is. I think that's fair, Jacobus. And then again, I've never claimed to be a perfect person. I try to be. When I'm cool-headed, I think like today, this morning, no problem. I've had my coffee. I'm very respectful, and I enjoy the conversation. But when someone like Lion comes in and starts talking over people, calling them stupid, and a bunch of brokies essentially, then I'm gonna call him a fag because he's one when he's acting like that.
Are you done now? Dick riding? Thank you.
Norm or
I thought that was normal playing that music. I'm gonna do shit.
I thought it was Norm. Yeah, he's doing his morning high rocks. Norm strikes me as someone that would do high rocks if he could. Would you do
What
the
are high rocks?
The high rocks is like the new version of CrossFit, Norm. It's what all the cool kids are doing.
Oh yeah. No, I do all sorts of crazy workouts, and, rock climbing and all that kind of stuff. Oh, I didn't realize I was unmuted and you could hear that. It was like a news bulletin that somebody for whom I care and who cares for me sent me like the top 30 safest places on Earth if it escalates to World War III. She's in the Gulf, the Arabian Gulf, and they're taking a lot of bombs right now, more than Israel. They're bombing these places more than they're bombing Israel. I think they're trying to use up all their missiles or something. They're out of control.
You never heard of those fallout shelters in New York?
Sure, I'm old enough to remember them.
Like, I remember them because, like, in the library, they used to have the yellow and black sign and said fallout shelter.
Yeah, with those triangles on it. That's right.
Yeah. You think people could still go in there if that happens?
I haven't considered it. I don't think we're in any danger, but I haven't considered it. I mean, it's a good idea. Maybe they would reactivate him if that were the case. That's a good idea.
Like, if I heard the bombs, like, I thought to just run over there. I thought that's what we were supposed to do.
I mean, you head for the basement. Or you go to an internal room in the house with no windows. Yeah, safe room. Yeah, they don't do that in the Gulf nations for some reason. I don't know why. They just have a different approach. It's like, well, God will keep us safe or something. We're like, incoming! And then you head to the safe room.
I always think of I don't know what it's called, but it sounds like a doomsday alarm and go, yeah, everybody's supposed to hear it.
Yeah.
I remember all this from the cartoons as a kid, so it's like they don't depict those in cartoons no more.
Yeah.
Well, you can't take Donald Trump seriously. He, he believes that Trump was not in the Epstein files,
Say
despite.
that again about Trump?
Yeah, you believe that Trump was not in the Epstein files, despite.
I never said he wasn't in. I mean, Jeffrey Epstein was obsessed with Trump. So every time he saw an article in the newspaper, he would cut it out. And that's what's in so all his mentions are like, oh, I hate Trump, like sending emails and stuff. Being in the files in and of itself is not indication of a crime. It's just like, they did a massive investigation and everything is in there. A crime would be if you had Trump saying, well, X, Y, Z. This.
Well, we wouldn't know that because they're redacted.
Well, that part isn't redacted. There's plenty of, you just said, on the one hand, he's mentioned in the files. On the other hand, it's redacted. I mean, pick one.
No, he's mentioned in the files, but to what context it's redacted? I mean, this is research.
What if there were redacted content?
Oh, you will ask his Justice Department, who he told to redact it.
In other words, you have no idea, so you're just pointing to something that's not. You haven't seen anything, so you're making up stories about what you haven't seen.
If it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's a duck.
Yeah, which one? And where's the duck? Tell me. Where do you hear a quack?
The duck is in the need to redact the files, double redact.
I see. So the duck is something you haven't seen. And you're making up a story about what you haven't seen.
They need something to believe in.
I don't need you to believe that. I think the evidence is right before our eyes.
I mean, the lack of evidence. You just said it was redacted.
How gullible are people? Yeah,
Say
why
again?
is it redacted? The pretense because it's national security, right? But that's a ruse, obviously.
Oh, I see. You got the inside story. Where'd you get it from?
It's not that hard to come to these conclusions. If smart, competent
I think it's delusional fairy tales to come to these conclusions. I like to make conclusions based on evidence, not based on the lack of evidence making up a story.
Speculation.
There's plenty of evidence.
Okay, name one piece. Let's look at it together. Go ahead. Let's look at it.
Yeah, so we talking about the Epstein files?
You said there's plenty of evidence. I'm ready to look at piece number one. Go.
Yeah, so piece number one, so Trump's Attorney General, Mr. Barr, being good friends with Epstein. In fact, his father, Barr's father, hired Epstein.
So 10 years ago in 2016, there was an attorney general father worked at a school. That's what you're saying.
I'm telling you, I'm giving you facts that you maybe have not considered to show you why these files were redacted.
I've considered it. So 10 years ago, in the first Trump administration, there was an attorney general whose father was the headmaster of a school where Epstein taught like 30 years ago.
Yeah, so
what would that be? Hang on. What would that be evidence of to you?
Sure. So this is, I'm getting to my point. The evidence, the evidence of Epstein not dying or hanging himself in prison. And guess
I'm still on the Barr thing. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
so 10 years ago, there was an attorney general. Oh, I see.
No, it's not 10 years ago. It's not 10 years ago. Barr was not there 10 years ago.
Yeah, it was.
No.
It was the first Trump administration.
That was not 10 years ago.
Well, he won office in 2016.
Okay.
And it's now what year is it now?
Epstein was suicided.
Wait, hang on. What year is it now? It's 2026. So Trump was elected in 2016. How many years is that?
7 years ago.
So 26 minus 16 is what?
7 years ago.
Okay.
Because that's not a correct statement. Barr was.
So now, you've gone
actually
through
less than 7 years ago. Actually, less than 7 years ago.
So you've gone through all of this to change 10
Either
to
way.
7.
Either way.
Okay.
Either way.
Okay. So the attorney general's father employed Epstein, 30 years ago or whatever, or more. Therefore, what? What?
Barr is in Epstein files as well.
What does that mean? He's in the Epstein file. Wait. What does that mean? He's in it.
Bill Barr
is mentioned
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
house. Redacted.
Yeah, you said that. What does that mean?
So here's what I can. Here's.
No, wait. You said he's mentioned.
Let me get to
He's
my
mentioned,
point.
therefore what?
Let me get
No,
to
let's
my
stay
point.
with your thought. I want to stay.
It's
Let's
mentioned, therefore, the fact that his father hired him does not discount the fact that they were friends. Bill and
So
Jeffrey were
wait a
friends.
second.
Time out.
Well, how do you know?
Bill and Jeffrey
How do
were
you know?
friends.
So
When
are
Bill
you
was
friends with
allegedly
everybody
suicided,
that works for
when
your
Bill
father?
was allegedly,
Wait. Go
when
slow.
Jeffrey
Go
was
slow.
alleged, when
Come on, you wanna
when
be
Jeffrey was
intellectual.
allegedly
Are you? Hang on a
suicided.
second. Are
When
you
Jeffrey
friends
was
with everybody
allegedly
who your
said-
father hired?
When Jeffrey was
Hang
allegedly
on, I want to go.
suicided.
I want to stay with the first part.
When Jeffrey was allegedly suicided,
Hang on, I
and we
want you to
know
say.
for a matter of
listen, I want
fact,
to hear
no,
what
I'm
you're
not
saying.
done with my first point.
Don't wait. I
When
want to
Jeffrey-
hear
I'm
what
not-
you're
I'm
saying,
not-
but I
I'm not
want to
done with
go
my
one
first
step
point.
at a time.
I'll get there.
So, are
When
you
Jeffrey
friends
was
with the
alleged-
people? Hang on.
when
You
Jeffrey-
friends with the people
let me
that
make
your
my point.
father
When
hired?
Jeffrey was allegedly suicided.
No.
Right?
We're going
And we
back
know
to
that
the
there's
father.
missing-
We're going
and we
back to
know
the
that
father.
We know that
What's the link
people on
between the
staff, the people at the prison actually came out and said that
Have come out.
something- Yes, have come out and said something took place that day that was against protocol. We all know that he faked his death. Now, who could
So when are we getting to? Wait, we all know that he faked his death? Where's the evidence that he faked his death?
I'm telling you the evidence right now.
No, you're not. You're skipping around from bar to the.
No,
Yeah,
I'm not at all.
So you mentioned that the father hired Epstein.
Who could pull off someone like this?
Pull off someone?
Who could pull off something like this? Someone like Epstein, allegedly suiciding himself.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
actually being wheeled out of prison alive.
Right.
It would be,
You just
it
made
would
up.
be the attorney. No, it would be the
Well,
attorney
you just made
general
that up, though.
William
Yeah,
Barr
I
himself under Trump's orders.
Where's the evidence of that? Where is the evidence?
The evidence is clear.
Well, I'm asking, where is it? Show me.
I told you the evidence is.
So
that
what you said is that.
They were friends.
So you have no
Trump and
evidence that
Jeffrey were
he's
friends.
alive. You have zero evidence that he's alive.
We don't have evidence that he's dead. His own brother.
No,
his
there was an
own brother.
autopsy. Yeah,
His own brother challenges the autopsy. What are we talking about?
I'm talking about the autopsy. Where does the brother?
That who gave us?
Okay, that the coroner, the medical coroner gave.
Yeah, not credible whatsoever.
Why is a medical coroner suddenly not credible? Based on
Because
what?
because obviously they can be persuaded to tell.
So you made up a story, and then every piece of evidence you say you don't believe it.
There's anecdotal evidence everywhere.
Anecdotal?
Yes.
Give me an anecdote. Let's hear an anecdote.
But when it comes to the let's say the coroner's report, right? The coroner claimed it was consistent with suicide, right? With hanging, and then if I'm not mistaken, I'm going to do my best, Norm, to try to find the source for this. But there's this very, very, very good kind of expert called. He's on all like Dateline, murder shows. He's like the quintessential kind of expert on.
Yeah, Michael, what's his name?
That guy. His name escapes me right now, but as soon as I hear it, it's going to be Anyway, and he said that usually like the hyoid bone, the bone that kind of anchors the tongue in the throat, that isn't usually broken unless serious force of strangulation or consistent with strangulation. So that was his kind of expert opinion. Not to say that he's always correct.
Michael Baden.
Michael Baden. Yeah, exactly. So that was again. I will do my best to try it.
Yeah, that's who his brother hired, right?
Yeah, but then again, because there's so much information right now, and everyone is trying to angle to enforce their own agenda. Supposedly, what I read the other week, and anyone is free to call me wrong here. I'm very open to being.
So wait, I just want to point out that the brother says that he was strangled, not that he's alive.
Exactly.
So when you say challenge the coroner's report, they both agree that he died of being throttled around the neck. It's just the method of his strangling, not that he's alive.
No. That was the initial thing, right? But
And
now
Keith,
other.
Keith, I'm just giving you some evidence, Keith.
Yeah,
in case
yeah.
you like evidence.
The other week, supposedly, and again, I think I'm not even sure this is true, Norm, but supposedly, according to the original coroner's report, it said no prostate. Or no, it said prostate. It said prostate in the original one. But according to the medical records found within the Epstein files, he had his prostate removed years ago. So there's an inconsistency there. And a prostate is
I
not
didn't
like...
recall him having it removed. I know he took testosterone.
Yeah.
I know he had issues. He had some weird disease down there.
So that is like...
So Baden says it's strangulation, by the way.
Yes. That's
And maybe the brother just wants a lawsuit or something against.
Yeah,
him.
who knows? Everyone has their own motivation for why they want their narrative to be.
But when we have the autopsy, and is Keith still here?
I think he is.
Quiet.
Yeah.
He went very quiet.
I'm here. I'm just.
So in the coroner's report that you mentioned, nobody says that it's not his body. Rather, it says that he was strangled rather than he committed suicide. So that's not evidence that the guy is alive. It's just evidence that somebody participated in taking him out.
Okay, it's while it's not evidence that it says he's alive, it is evidence that the official narrative has inconsistencies. So
It's a disagreement over whether he died by strangling himself or somebody else strangled him.
I think a forensic, whatever doctor this guy is, whatever type of doctor he is.
Michael Baden, he's a medical expert on coroner's matters.
Yeah. Bob probably knows. I thought.
He's famous. He's been on TV a lot.
Yeah. I think he's like some sort of like...
But that's not an inconsistency. That's a difference of medical opinion.
If an expert, a well-known pathologist makes a different conclusion than the official narrative, I
it's
think
a different
that
opinion based on evidence.
Yes, I think that is something to pay attention to. So
we just paid attention to it. Now what? Okay, so the brother thinks that he was strangled, and the official report is that
Baden thinks he's strangled, right?
Well, that's why the brother thinks it. And remember that Baden.
The official report says that it was suicide. Baden says it was a homicide. Right? Two very distinct.
And one of them was paid in order to come up with that opinion. That's the one that said
fuck, the coroner's paid as well. I mean, what are we talking about?
Yeah, but he's not paid to have an interested opinion.
Of course, come on.
He's paid by the state, whatever his
exactly. But if the state wants a narrative, if the federal government wants the state to
it was a state coroner. It's a local coroner, not the federal government.
It happens against Trump. Brother, again, if the if the feds want the state to say something, I mean, there's so many cases of
New York State is anti-Trump. If New York State found something that would incriminate Trump, they go with it right away. Remember Letitia James? So the New York coroner answers to Letitia James, who tried to put Trump in jail.
Yeah, it doesn't.
So their interests are opposed. Actually, what's that?
It doesn't work like that. Letitia James.
Yeah, it does work like that. Actually,
no, it doesn't. Just because.
Actually, it does.
No, it does not.
The Attorney General of the state of New York, is anti-Trump and tried to put him in jail. That's how.
Yeah, but the Attorney General of New York still follows orders.
Incorrect. Incorrect.
Oh, absolutely.
They do not. Incorrect.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, but you're wrong. They're a separate hierarchy under federalism. You're just wrong.
No.
Why would she indict Trump and then do? Yes, here we go again. Why would she indict Trump and then do something in his favor to protect him?
This was a completely different case in that Epstein.
Same man, different case.
Time out.
What do you mean time out?
Yeah.
Let's go all the way back to Barr. So you said that William Barr is the son of somebody who hired Epstein. Do you know all of the people that your father hired? Are you friends with them? Because I'm not.
I mean, if they were a pedophile, I
beg your pardon?
If they were a known pedophile.
Who was a known pedophile?
Epstein.
Okay, and what does that have to do with the guy that hired him to teach in the school and then his son? Why would you?
That is when they began their relationship many years ago.
Well, who began their? How are you?
William and Jeffrey.
That's why I asked you. Are you friends with everybody your father hired?
No.
So why would the son of the Barr, William Barr, why would that guy be friends with Epstein?
I don't know. That's what the files say. I don't know.
It doesn't say that in the file.
Yes, it does.
No, it
Absolutely
doesn't say
does.
that William Barr was friends with Epstein when
Bro,
he
it
was
isn't. It
father.
doesn't. It's supposed to say we're friends, but their communications clearly show that
Oh,
they're
that's
friends.
fascinating. Let's look at that communication. I want to see the
Absolutely.
communication. Let's take a look at it right now.
Let me pull it up for you.
Okay, very good.
Pull it
This
up.
is a communication between William Barr and Jeffrey Epstein when Epstein worked for the Dalton School. I'll help you with that.
No. Not when he worked for the adult school.
Well, the Dalton School is the person that hired him. That's where William Barr's father was headmaster.
I understand that.
So that's when you're saying that they communicated when they became friends. That's
No, of course, obviously, that's when they met, is what I said.
Okay, where's the evidence of that?
Where's the evidence of what?
There is none. What you
Of
just
their
said.
meeting?
That's when they met, that's when they became friends. You keep changing his story. You said
No, I
there's
didn't.
email.
No, I
Yeah,
didn't.
he did. Yeah, you just said that William Barr became friends with Jeffrey Epstein when Epstein worked for Barr's father. That's what you said. And I said, where's the evidence of that?
Oh, when they became friends.
Huh.
I mean, I think that everyone knows that.
Everyone knows. So there's no
Yeah.
evidence.
I think that everyone knows that that's when they became friends because it was, I mean,
Well, how would they know
he-
that? Are
he-
you friends with
he-
everybody that your father hires?
I mean, we're talking about a guy that's the same age as your son. I mean, and then he hired him with no criteria for being hired. You don't think the guy had him in his fucking house? Oh, here's my son William.
There's no evidence
I mean,
of that.
come on, dude. Like
I got
to
a
be
job
so
in the
naive.
future with no
To be so naive is disgusting, man.
What naive is this? What are you
To
talking
think
about?
that they didn't meet
When? Well, tell me when they met. Where's the evidence?
brother, everyone that knows about these circumstances knows
like who?
that is when
Who
their
knows that?
relationship started. But you know what?
Tell me, well, no, wait. Tell me the evidence of it.
I'm gonna find you a link. Okay, I'm gonna do that for you. But that is
So again,
That is fair.
your claim is that William Barr became friends with Jeffrey Epstein when Epstein was working for William Barr's father at the Dalton School. That's what your point is, right? I don't know if you knew the name of the school.
Yes.
Dalton School. Okay, and you say you have evidence of that, and that Epstein was at the headmaster's house. Like, I've never been to the house of my principals. You think the teachers go to the principals' houses? And then you said it had something to do with him being a pedophile. Yeah, I haven't gone. I've never been to a principal's house in my life. Or a headmaster. Where are you, high school?
PAK is the
You're talking about as a,
during the
are you talking about
conflict, by the
students
way.
or teachers? Because I
So
thought you
Norm,
said
you
teachers.
were wrong. Or
Either way.
Kurds aren't invading.
Yeah, I've definitely gone to
I
principals'
heard
houses
that.
as
Well, I'm getting
wanted to
intelligence that they are. Well, where's you getting your intelligence?
They
that they're not?
apparently the PAK, the Iraqi-based Kurdish group,
Right.
just announced that they are not actually in any way having any movement towards Iran, but they are prepared if need be. So I think there might be a confusion in some channels. Also, hi, Miss Cleo. I hope you're doing well.
I'm hearing that the CIA armed them if they're engaging at the border.
I posted the same thing, earlier in the chat.
Are the PAK the only possible group that would be doing this?
They are the ones that are the most
Principal? Is
positioned.
this the Peshmerga?
No, different group.
Yeah.
There's like 70,000 Kurdish groups, bro. They're the most ununified people in the world.
I know they're fierce fighters.
They are very fierce fighters. And
I know the women fight too.
Their women are based as fuck. Crazy well
Yeah. I've seen some on them. They're very fierce.
and beautiful.
Those tend to go together for me.
That's same here. See, we can agree on things.
Of course. By the way, I think the Armos are going to improve in Iran too.
It depends if you guys decide to attack Turkey, maybe.
Well, the idiots just attacked Turkey. to what do you call it, the IRGC.
They did, but the Turks are now posturing and pretending they're angry with you guys. It's very interesting.
I know that they used NATO interceptor to take down that ballistic missile that they got. But now they're angry at the NATO that just took down the missile. It's sort of, you know.
Well, they hit Cyprus too.
I don't think we're gonna hit Turkey. Turkey's got a man army, man. I don't think
You never know. Right? Trump has been kind of talking about dissolving NATO. That's like one of his goals, right? Like he's upset with NATO.
Well, NATO isn't doing its job at the moment anymore.
They have been for a long while, Norm.
Well, there it is. You know, we've just been not paying attention. Same thing with the United Nations.
The UN has never done anything.
Apparently, you're right. Unfortunately.
If they did, there'd be a UN delegation in Gaza today condemning Israel of crimes against humanity.
Well, I'm sure there would be, and they'd be full of shit too, but that's what it does. Like UNIFIL up in Lebanon, all the good that UNIFIL did up there. What about the blue hats? What about the blue hats above Srebrenica? I think they were
advancing in Lebanon, which is very interesting.
Big time.
So, I mean this in all sincerity, Norm. Do you think that this whole Greater Israel thing was a hoax, or this is the actual plan of BB?
I know what the Greater Israel is. The Greater Israel is from the Jordan Valley to Gaza. That's the Greater Israel. And I think there is a...
Could you hear me speaking earlier or not?
What's that?
No, we couldn't. We can hear you now.
There's no way for Israel to consider, you know, taking over Egypt or Jordan or... Well, they're going to do something, I think, up to the Litani in Lebanon just to control it. Or Syria. Israel just wants a buffer zone of safety. How do you think we're going to rule another 20 million Arabs? Like, how's that going to work? We can't do that. Or the Yemenis, or the Syrians, or the, you know, much less, God forbid, the Saudis. We're not going after those guys. I mean, the fact that we're doing this is extraordinary. And believe me, this is enough. I think.
Anyway, I want to comment on the whole Kurdish situation. I find it very interesting because for a couple of days we've been theorizing what's up, what's down. Is this something that the regime is interested in propagating this narrative? Is this actually coming from the Kurds? Interesting thing is, not so long ago, Iranian state TV was commenting on how they're fighting the Kurds that crossed over from Iraq into Iran. Now, whether you want to believe that or not, that's one thing. But I don't think it's unlikely.
We have footage of that. There was IRGC clashes on the border, Iraq and Iran border. And it was the PAK, the all-women's battalion, too. A lot of fierce fighting between those two groups in, like, the last 6 months, like, consistent skirmishes, and they're just popping shots off at each other continuously, and then eventually they get into some, like, harder conflict and then back off.
Did I already tell you about Operation Nemesis by Bogosian?
Yes.
Okay. So I hope you got it.
Oh, I've read it multiple times.
Okay, excellent. Well, you should send them a note.
You think the Greater Israel thing?
Huh?
I was asking if Norm's opinion, if he thinks it's an actual thing or it's just some online psyop hoax.
Well, I listen, if by Greater Israel you mean the Jordan Valley to Gaza and to the Litani in the north, if that's what you mean, then Israel is going to insist on security in that perimeter. But if you think it means from the Euphrates to the Nile, that's crazy. Does that answer your question?
Nothing in Israel's history even points slightly to the fact that they want a Greater Israel. I mean, they gave back the Sinai. That was more than half the territory, right?
Yeah, it was bigger than Israel.
Yeah, and they've been offering the Golden Heights until the 2000s to the Syrians, and realized they were not. Yeah, they pulled out of Lebanon, right? They have not annexed Gaza. They have not annexed the entire Judea and Samaria. It's like nothing.
Oh, we lost you. Your mic.
was muted by the.
They got him.
By Hamas.
They got him. Yeah, they got him, Oleg. I know his mic is still unmuted, but we can't hear you if you're talking.
Maybe you lost his signal. So.
Oh yeah, that was a good point, Rush.
Connection was bad.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah. What was the last thing?
You brought up Golan Heights and then you cut out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so the Golan Heights were offered to the Syrians on multiple occasions until the 2000s. Didn't reach a deal. It's still, it was technically annexed, in 1980 because of the annexation law, incorporated into the state of Israel. Half of the people there are, technically Syrians that haven't applied for Israeli citizenship. But even up to the 2000s, Israel still engaged with Syria regarding, a peace deal, despite the fact that they weren't attacking each other. They still want peace with Syria to return the Golan Heights to them, but it didn't happen. So that's the reason why the Golan Heights are in the hands of Israel. But Israel never annexed Gaza, it never annexed Judea and Samaria, and it pulled out of Lebanon as well. It gave back the Sinai to Egypt. So, in my opinion, if someone would even reiterate those words, like Greater Israel, at this point it comes off as just anti-Israel. It's like an anti-Semitic trope, anti-Israel trope, but it's just there's nothing that can substantiate it at all.
So do you now at least think that there is some level of... Is it logical to be fearful that Iran is going to be cut up into different groups and regions? Because yesterday you were saying no. But now we have Kurdish movement. We have all of social media, like the Turks and Azeris are losing their shit. I want to know your opinion today, because I feel like it's an evolving question, because we don't know what's going to happen.
I think it's reasonable to question. I mean, Iranians are not dumb. We've tried everything. We know what foreign intervention looks like. We know when it's benevolent, when it's malicious. We understand the interest and stuff. I think it's reason to worry, but I don't think it's enough. Like, I don't think it actually constitutes a threat, and I'll explain why. First of all, within Iran, look at the demographics of Iran. The Kurds, they constitute roughly 10% of the population, right? So that's somewhere between 9 to 10 million people. And when you compare that to how many of these Kurds actually want to separate and how many want to remain inside of Iran versus how many actually willing to take up arms and kill, Iranian armed forces or IDC, right? There's still a huge discrepancy. These Iranian Kurds that have been in Iraq for a very long time, ever since Masa Amini happened, it became sort of like the thing where they would go there and train. Even if I would steel man, what I'm hearing, we're talking maximum. We're talking maximum like 125,000 people, right?
Norm, we can hear your background noise, boss.
Anyway, so hypothetically speaking, even if they would manage to, cross the border and they would advance, will there be a civil war between, these Kurds and all the other Kurds? Will the other Kurds all of a sudden be persuaded to joining in and saying, yeah, we want to separate as well? Or is this just like a temporary thing in order to actually fight the regime, and then afterwards maybe you have some leverage and you can negotiate maybe like greater autonomy, maybe not separatism. But the interesting thing is, on February 11th, the day of the commemoration of the Islamic Revolution, so like last month, several Kurdish parties within Iran decided to enter a coalition with some in Iraq. And some of these parties, obviously they're not all the Kurdish parties we have, but some of them previously did not have a stated goal, like a main objective of separatism, but autonomy. But now in their declaration, it seems that they're interested in fusing these two Kurdistans and sharing like armed forces and demanding self-determination for the Kurdish people and liberation of what they call Eastern Kurdistan. But what do normal Kurds think of this? I think still the majority are not interested in this, but these people are the ones that happen to have arms, and the ones that happen to be the ones that are willing to cross into Iran and kill people. that's the reason why it's worrisome, because the main obstacle right now is that the majority of Iranians don't have weapons. Hence why they got slaughtered when they try to succeed with a revolution, right? But what do I know? I've never seen something like this before. So I'm also just absurd.
Yeah, I agree. We are just speculating or armchair quarterbacking because this is unprecedented. So
This is like biblical, man. This is biblical. Hang up, you realize that we just had this holiday that is a pretty big holiday for us, although it's playful? Isn't that crazy that it happened on exactly the holiday?
I don't think Israel ever acts without symbolism. And
I
think
agree.
that this was planned to happen, specifically during the holiday.
Well, and certainly we were looking forward to it, but again, you had the coincidence of the above ground meeting in the morning of Khamenei. I mean, it was an opportunity, which again, that, once that window of opportunity opens, then you have to seize the day. There's a little bit of coincidence and a lot of intentional symbolism. I agree. It's like a convergence. It's like a perfect storm. I mean, BB came here, what was it, 2 weeks ago? Obviously, they've been talking about this since the first Trump administration.
Oh, since the Bush administration.
Invading, or not invading, but destroying the mullahs?
The regime, yeah.
Well, I mean, did you see that speech of Marco Rubio 2015? He was warning that if the shipment of money, if this Iranian nuclear deal went through, that it would just arm the mullahs and make them stronger. Did you ever see that?
I didn't, but of course that thought makes complete sense logically.
Yeah. Well, it's going pretty viral. You'll probably see it here soon. Because he was saying, like, I'm just, just for future's sake, because he was assuming that it was going to make them ultimately so powerful it was going to, challenge us in the Strait of Hormuz and be able to just, you'll have to watch the speech. But there's a number of reasons why we had to do this. And I mean, a lot of our administrations were too soft on the mullahs or gave them fucking money. To help, but earlier some dude tried to tell me that he thought I was crazy when I said that the Kurds from, northern Kurdistan in Iraq were going to invade Iran. Well, I mean, he didn't know that the CIA and a bunch of our intelligence agencies have been funneling weapons to the Kurds to invade Iran. So, they're starting to do it right now, apparently.
I think the dude you're referring to is me, who didn't say that, but that's fine. I think you misunderstood what I was.
Yeah, well, okay, but I guess that they're beginning their offensive. I mean, you told me you didn't think that the Kurds were going to do that.
I don't think the Kurds are ever going to unite to actually fully invade.
They're invading right now. It's not unite. You're moving the goalpost there, sir.
Bro, I'm not engaging with you, Mountain. I think you're fucking retarded. You can speak.
I want to ask, where are you from, dude? Where are you from?
Why does that matter?
I'm just sensing a slight accent, and
I'm from Los Angeles, and you sound like your cousins or your parents.
I want to ask, though, are you Armenian?
Is that a problem for you, Mountain?
Well, I can sense the no patriotism type of shit. And earlier you were talking about how you were certain this is going to be just like Afghanistan. It's going to be just like Afghanistan. Well, we'll have to wait and see.
If ground forces actually invade, this will just be exactly like Afghanistan. Because just like Afghanistan, you have multiple ethnic groups, difficult terrain, and really, really, really hard fighters. It's not going to end well. It's going to.
Well, so you're assuming that it's going to be like Iraq or Afghanistan. Well, that's the thing is I think Trump's a lot smarter than that. Did you know that the CFR, the Council on Foreign Relations, recommended that Trump have to have at least 150,000 soldiers to get Maduro in Venezuela? Well, he said no. I'm going to do it my way, and I think he's. Same thing, I'm sure they mentioned that to the Council on Foreign Relations, mentioned that to Bush too. Hey, it's going to take, 300,000 soldiers, just American, to invade Iraq, Afghanistan. Yeah, sure, okay. But they're politicians. This dude's a businessman, and he's actually going to use our military the right way, and I don't think he's stupid enough to do something like that, man. I mean, it's in order for a regime change to be successful, it would have to be a civil war from the people, you know. And so I think a decapitation, program is going to continue. You know, his Navy, his Air Force, his ground forces, his ballistic missile capacity, nuclear capacity, you name it, his drone making capacity, obviously, and then the oil that it's going to China. That's the ultimate goal here. As far as regime change, fine, but it's a lot harder than it looks. I don't think Trump's that stupid. We're talking about a country that's 2.5 times the size of Afghanistan, and a lot more people, 90 million people versus 20 million in like Iraq. So I just don't think he's that stupid, and he knows that that would actually piss off a lot of his base if we were to put traditional, forces, like our ground forces. Now, some special forces incursions I think is okay, but because there's definitely going to be special forces that are going to be advising the Kurds. That's already true. But a wide ground offensive, I think, is out of the question. That's stupid.
It'd be the Green Berets who advise them.
Yeah, just like the Green Berets that completely took over Afghanistan in 2 weeks.
But we have to be students of history. I think Trump is not stupid. Look at this. Hold on a second. Now,
you just spent all that time.
Wait a minute. One more thing I want to finish. I want to say one more thing if I can.
30 seconds. I'll be nice to you, even though you're a racist.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm a patriot.
I am a patriot. So I think Trump is a student of history. Saddam Hussein had the 4th largest military in the world at the time. He thought the mullahs were weak after their civil war. He could go in there and attack Iran at their weakened position. But the Iranian people are very patriotic, to the point where they'll even send children to sweep mines. And that's what's happening.
With keys around their neck so they get into heaven. I remember that.
Exactly. So I think Trump understands that overplaying his hand with, by occupying with, Western forces could totally turn the people against him, and it'd be a total quagmire. I think he's totally aware of all these things. It's going to take the Iranian people themselves to do this thing, with a little bit of help, but it's going to take the Iranian people, a civil war, to really break this thing up, kind of like the Syria situation. I'm certain on that.
Yeah, the Syrian situation wasn't Syrian forces themselves fighting against the regime. It's going to be the same situation. The Iranian people, like Arash mentioned earlier, don't have guns. They don't have the weaponry to fight the IRGC. There's going to be a need for involvement from foreign countries if there's going to be a regime change. If Trump just decides to pack up and say he's done after 4 weeks of bombardment, then sure, we will not be dragged into a war of attrition. But if troops are put onto the ground, it's eventually going to escalate.
I don't think we have to do that.
The Green Beret took over Afghanistan in, I don't even think it was a few weeks. I think they took over fairly quickly. We had air superiority almost instantly. We took over most of the country, if not
with
all
the help
of
of the Northern Alliance. With the help of the Northern Alliance.
You have help within the country when the civilians themselves want to side with you. Northern Alliance or not, the existence of the Northern Alliance or not doesn't matter. You think those Northern Alliance troops were really effective when the FOBs are getting attacked from all sides?
We're talking about
Afghanistan. Guns and ran, exactly.
No,
so the Iranian IRGC are a little bit better trained than the fucking Al-Qaeda Mujahideen ran.
Yeah, okay. I can give you that.
It's going to be a fucking hard fought out war. Also, the geography of Iran is slightly different compared to Iraq and Afghanistan.
Well, when Iran attacks most of its neighbors indiscriminately, it's not going to take, much motivation to go in there with a international ground force. Almost like a Middle East NATO. That's what Trump's doing here. And it's just made it easier. That with the Saudis, are even pissed off. The Turks are, everyone's pissed off at the Iranians now. So I guess we can get ourselves a Middle East NATO and some sort of ground force to keep them at check, or even go in there and help out with the situation. But it's not going to be a peaceful thing. I don't see this thing.
As an Iranian, it doesn't matter how much I hate the regime. Iranians are not gonna accept seeing Arabs crossing the border.
Thank you, Arash. I literally unmiked to say that.
This is literally the reason why Iran exists.
Well, you already allowed Arabs to take over your fucking government and your...
No, Iranians, I tell you, I'd rather live under repression than seeing one Arab cross the border. That's...
Well, yeah, well, those Arabs, basically, if the Arab Iranians, look at your fucking new flag, bro. You can't even fucking read it because it's an Arab. Like, for real, dude.
Well, most Persians are
you've been taken over. I know, but I'm just saying, man, like, but they've allowed the mullahs, the Arab mullahs, to fucking take over Iran. So, I find it ironic. We won't allow no Arab to come in. You already fucking have.
Most Americans don't realize they're different.
They're different. They're very different.
They're different.
Westerners don't understand this shit, bro. They don't understand this shit.
Interesting that you're trying to educate me on my own. It's very interesting.
I just think it's funny, man, how you think that the mullahs are different. They're Arab fucking... The mullahs,
dude. Why do you think we have an issue with
the Arabs, bro?
Yeah, why do you think we have an issue with our mullahs? They don't care.
And you motherfuckers let them in there. You with your civil war, that's what you wanted, right? You allowed this. This is what the fuck you got. You let these Arabs that you supposedly wouldn't let in take over your fucking government, your country, and look where we are today. So don't tell me.
Arab is a racial slur. You do know.
Whatever.
Right?
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that supports Hagab's statement earlier.
Whatever. By the way, dude, I don't care, lady. Stop fucking ruining the conversation because you want to derail it by calling me racist. Who cares?
I'm the person
I am racist. I don't give a fuck.
I'm the one
who cares?
Don't talk to me.
By calling me, who cares? Let me finish, please. Let me just finish.
You interrupted multiple people. If we can't talk without being racist,
so Arab is fucking now. That's racist now.
Arab is a racial slur. I'm telling you.
What the fuck ever, dude? I don't care. Lady,
I know, and so,
go ahead.
So I'm not the one actually.
Go ahead and save your outrage for somebody else. I don't care what you tell me. I don't care.
Is this what outrage?
By you pointing it out that it's racist, I don't give a fuck. You obviously do. I don't care. Save it for somebody else.
I'm not the person.
I don't want to talk about this. I'm trying to talk about the other fucking morons, dude. You derail the conversation by doing this.
I'm not derailing it.
Mind your business. Whatever fucking... Then shut up.
I'm in a room where somebody's saying something.
You're trying to fucking derail the conversation we're talking about. The topic is Israel versus Iran.
I'm not.
For real.
No. So what would have actually, instead, if you could have responded several other ways. You could have said, oh, I didn't realize, and kept going. Instead, you're screaming at me and saying you are racist and then calling me the derailer. That's not where derailment happened.
I don't care.
What you're not going to do is...
You're not going to tell me what the fuck to think or do.
Hey, Mountain, you need to tone down. Don't talk to Miss Cleo that way. You're gonna have
no, bro, you need to mind your business.
No, you need to be respectful, bro.
No. You need to shut the fuck up.
No, you need to be respectful, bro.
I'm not going to do anything.
Yes, you are. Be respectful.
You're being really respectful.
Well, bro, I'm sorry. I said Arab, and she wants to derail it by accusing me of being racist.
Bro, grow some balls and be respectful.
Telling you that Arab is a racial slur.
You are kind of racist.
Oh my God, you guys are so fucking.
So we're gonna set up a queue.
Ruin the conversation.
Thank you.
By this, if you want to ruin the conversation, be my guest. I'll just leave. That's
fine. Sure. That's okay. That's
all
okay
right.
too. You can go.
That's all right. I'll just fucking bounce out because I
Why
can't.
you running, nigga?
Because I want to have a real conversation, but if some lady's gonna stop me, accusing me of being racist, then there's fucking. I'm not going to have a conversation.
Then leave.
All right. You're not allowing the conversation to take place. We're gonna set up a queue, and out of respect, we're gonna allow Miss Cleo because ladies first. So go ahead.
I'd like to get in the queue.
Okay. then Keith can go after him. Oh, nope, he's gone. Go ahead, popcorn.
Oh, I just want people to notice the tactic, and then I'll move on out the way. Nothing about me noting somebody saying something racist is, mind you, I didn't even call him racist initially. I said, hey, that's a racial slur. My assumption was he did not know that. And instead of saying, thanks for letting me know, he goes, I don't care. I don't care. Then I said, well, then you would be racist as someone called you earlier. And that's when he got really upset. So I just want people to kind of note what happened. I was more than willing to engage in a conversation. No problem. Not fighting that. I never told him what he had to say. He accused me of that. That's false. It's not what happened. Made sure he was aware of what language he was using.
The conversation's derailed.
Excuse me.
Just stupid.
Okay. Yes, and you said you were going to leave.
I'll bring you up when she's done, when it's your turn to speak. We'll set up a queue.
Yeah. I just want, if the room thought I was derailing, I do apologize. That was not my intent. I thought it was a simple thing that a typical person would have just been like, okay, and either moved on. But instead, he insisted on yelling at me, calling me all types of things. I did not call him any of that. That's not what happened. And I hope any logical person can see that. Last thing is, I wonder how we can engage in a conversation like this when somebody can't even hear when any part of their argument is challenged or noted for being racist. That's it. Thank you.
All right, Mountain, go ahead.
I'd like to go to
Yeah, okay. Can I go ahead?
Yeah, you're after Mountain, Keith.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
All right. Listen, I didn't mean to be racist by, I'm from Montana, Arab. I'm trying to be good faith here. I'm not trying to be racist. But the reason why.
You can help yourself. It's okay.
Whatever, dude. Do you mind muting up?
Sorry.
So, because of I'm white and because, the stereotypes, you guys assume I'm racist and stuff. Sometimes, guys, when I'm trying to have a conversation, it's the topic. We're all adults. If you're offended by what I say, save it for later, please. Message me in the back channel if you're offended by me. I'm sorry, okay, in my ignorance or whatever. I'm not perfect. The point is, though, when I say, fine, I'm racist, sometimes it's better to just say I'm racist just to move the conversation along. Then completely, I have to stop the conversation, say, whoa, I'm not racist, and all of a sudden the conversation's derailed. It's a selfish thing to do, even if she doesn't think she's doing it. A lot of people do this stuff. I'm tired of it, man. The topic is Israel versus Iran, not if you're racist because you say Arab. What the fuck are we doing here? Are we adults? I don't care what you say. You derailed the conversation. Stupidly, we're trying to talk about the fucking topic, not about whether or not I'm racist for saying Arab. That's your hookup, man, not mine.
All right, Keith.
Okay, she wasn't trying to derail. She was simply trying to give you a piece of information and you overreacted to it.
Marshall, if you'd like to go after Keith, that's cool. Sorry.
Yeah. I never knew that Arab was racist. I don't say it. I mean, it's Arab, but then again, I don't say Iran. Some people do. So I just think that's just the way that Mountain, says the word. I don't think it was intentional. But either way, don't care about that. I did want to. L is no longer here, so I will go on mute because I don't want to derail the conversation. I'll end with this. Epstein is certainly a big part of this conflict, in my opinion. I think that somehow the Trump administration is blackballed into carrying out the wishes of a certain regime who I cannot speak of unless I'd be called racist.
Marshall, if you'd like to go, I'll go after you.
Who? Who's going now?
Marshall, you there? think your use of terms and not knowing the actual severity and level of, like, if it's a slur or not, shows that you're not very familiar with the conflict nor the region. To think that the Ayatollah was Arab is kind of wild, because they fucking hate Arabs. He's ethnically Iranian Azeri or Persian Azeri, or was, because he's fucking dead now. I think about him every time I hit the hookah. Yeah, that dude's dead as fuck. And he was never Arab. He hated the fucking Arabs. That was the whole fucking point. They're not. The Persians are extremely diverse people, right? The Iranians are diverse people, but the one thing they are is they're not fucking Arabs, and they hate those people. The Shah completely decimated and massacred a shit ton of people on the Iraq border right before he left. They don't like each other, man. They would never allow Arabs to form a coalition to come liberate their people. They're too proud to. They have thousands of years of history that wouldn't allow them to do that. They have reasons to be proud as well. Oh, and then the bullshit comment you made about me not being patriotic because I'm Armenian just goes to show how fucking stupid and retarded you are. I'm sorry. My parents aren't cousins. I'm not American enough for you. I apologize.
So, there's definitely Arabs in the Ayatollah. I mean, like, if you look at Ali al-Sistani, he's an Arab cleric based in Iraq. There's a bunch of Arab clerics.
Based where?
But, they're in Iran, but they're Iraqi clerics. They're based in Iran.
Are you sure? You just said they were based in Iraq.
Some are. Some are based in Iraq, some are...
Right.
Yes,
Shia,
dude. Look, if you think I'm wrong, look it up yourself. Some Arabs are definitely fucking Ayatollahs, are definitely, like, clerics. Some are from Iraq, and they live in Iran. Some are living in Iraq, but some are definitely in Iran. There's definitely, Arab clerics. I don't know how you think I'm wrong on that. It's factually correct.
Is he? Wait. Which one is it? Is he an Arab in Iran, or is he an Iranian in an Arab country? Which one is it? What's your guess?
Well, there's some that are in Iran, but they're from Iraq. But there's some that are in Iraq. I mean, obviously. So if they're clerics, but they're Iraqi clerics.
Yeah, so my question to you is does nationality equal ethnicity?
Well, they're Arabs. If they're fucking from Iraq, they're Arabs.
But how do you know he's from Iraq?
Because, dude, they are. That's fucking if they originally were born in Iraq, if they were born and
Sistani was not born in Iraq.
Who? Which one? He was born in Iraq.
You mentioned, no, he's not born in Iraq.
Yeah, well, are you sure?
100%. That's why I'm asking you this question. Which one is it?
Let's look here. Says he's an Iraqi citizen, though.
Yeah, do you know why he's in Iraq?
Why?
Because he's Shia. You know what Shia Islam is?
Yes.
What is it?
Well, they're Shia and they're Sunni.
Yeah, but what is Shia?
What do you mean?
How is it different?
It's a certain sect. I mean, I don't know the exact. They're Shia and they're Sunni. What the fuck do you mean?
Okay, why are the two sects? Why was there a schism?
Well, there was a discrepancy of the appointment of a successor from Muhammad.
Good, yes. And what do Shias believe?
Well, Shias believe that it was the brother-in-law or something like that, right? Brother or something like that. That was supposed. It was actually the real
Ali's. It was Muhammad's wife's husband. It was Fatima's
brother-in-law. That's what I thought. See?
Yeah, his name was Ali. So it was after Muhammad. It was Abu Bakr, then Omar, then Uthman, and then Ali. And Shia in Arabic just means Party of Ali. It's a direct translation.
No, the difference.
All right, so Irash, what about this? What about Camille? What about Kamal al-Hadari? What about him?
Kamal al-Hadar is a bit different. So
yeah, but he was born in Iraq. He works in Iran. He's a grand Ayatollah and philosopher. What about Hussein al-Shirazi? What about him?
I'd explain his.
One second. I was just going to ask you a couple things to Irash here. What about that? Hussein al-Shirazi or Ali al-Milani? These are all fucking dudes. These are all Arabs born in Iraq.
Ariel al-Wani.
Ayatollah. Yeah, I mean, there's a few. There's more than. These are just high. These are high. You know, they have a reputation.
Do you remember my question? My initial question to you was?
What about Ariel al-Wani? Did you see that name, Mo?
Wani. We're talking about the fucking UFC commentator.
Who fucking knew who that was?
Big ass nose. Yeah, of course I do. Of course. Yeah. You know something we don't like to talk about, but it's just the truth. Them fucking Muslims, bro, in there, them dudes from the Middle East just kick ass, dude. And if they weren't UFC fighters, dude, they'd probably be fucking the ones we're fighting against them.
Who in the Middle East fights in the UFC?
What?
Who in the Middle East or what Arab fighter fights in the UFC? That's good.
What Arab fighter?
Yeah, you said Middle East.
Kamzat. Well, I don't think Kamzat is technically. Well, Kamzat is Chechen, and the other ones are Dagestani, the really good ones. But there's some decent Arab fighters, I think. What's his fucking name? Damn it! What was his name?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't think there is, Hago.
No, there's a few.
Yes,
there's a few actually.
No, there's
one guy. There's one guy.
That small little dude, but he got he.
Bro, there's a
Dariush, right? That was
actually,
he's Iranian.
He's Iranian. He's Christian.
He's Christian. He's Middle Eastern, right?
But he's a Christian.
But the other guys you named are actually Chechen Caucasians.
Chechens and Dagestanis.
Yeah, those are Caucasians. Those aren't Arabs.
Well, I know they're not Arabs. I was saying. But there is a couple of good Arab fighters, I think, actually.
Bro, like, there's no fighter from Saudi Arabia or, like,
what's their culture?
Syria or whatever.
No, I don't think there's a single Arab fighter that's good.
There's a shitload of Muslims, but they're not necessarily, like, Arab.
They're like from, like,
Chechens are hard fucking core, dude. Dagestani Chechens. That's like some of the dudes that would go to Afghanistan on a death mission to go and fight like our special forces and shit, and give them hell. Kind of wild.
No, it's pretty crazy. I saw the bombs that are getting dropped on Iran. I hope it's pretty soon. But I think the biggest problem was, the Mahdi. The Shia believe in the Mahdi. So did the Ayatollah, Ali al-Khamenei. And I think that's the biggest problem. They believe after that death, the Messiah is going to come back in the form of the Mahdi, which is a bit different. And that's why the difference between the Sunni and the Shia is after Muhammad died, he didn't pick a successor. So that's where the problem comes in. The Sunni believes in their successor and the Shia believes in their successor. But the issue is with the Islamic Republic successors is they believe in the Mahdi. And that's the whole issue. They believe
occultation is supposed to come back and bring, end times and all perfect shit.
Yeah, the apocalypse.
Yeah.
So you think that Soleimani being killed will accelerate that or what?
Abdel, check the chat.
No, I just think like they believe if the world ends, it will fast forward the end of the Mahdi. That's what they all want to become, Mahdis and everything else like that. So they want to bring him back. So that's why they want death automatically. So it's a simple thing. For example, North Korea has nuclear weapons, but everybody knows he just leave Kim Jong-un to his fiefdom and he's not going to do anything. But the problem is with the Islamic Republic mullahs is that they will actually use it because they believe that if the end of the world comes, then the prophet is going to come back and then they're going to go to heaven, sort of thing. That's the issue with them.
Well, I know, and that's the thing, man, is people act like, oh, what's the big deal? We didn't have to go in there. I mean, look what happened with the North Koreans, man. I mean, we have to just accept now. We have to accept that they have, nuclear weapons because we weren't able to intervene in time. And now, if we do intervene, dude, we got fucking so many cities that would be threatened. South Korea as a whole, Seoul, South Korea, Tokyo, Japan. I mean, just so we have to accept now that North Korea has these weapons. That's what we have to do. We have to accept this crazy motherfucker who might have a bad day, might just pop off one day. We just have to accept that now. Well, I think that's where we were heading with the Iranians, and like you were talking about, with the Mahdi coming and shit, and the hidden imam and stuff, and it's just fucking crazy, bro. It's crazy. And so I think they definitely would have destroyed Israel, and they would have definitely threatened our soldiers on our bases.
Yeah.
They would have just been held hostage. We would have been held hostage by fucking, by a bunch of fucking mullahs. But the worst part, I think, man, is that it would have secured that alliance with Russia, China, Iran, North Korea. Fuck, man, what an axis of evil. How do you overcome that when they got nuclear weapons and they're crazy? These two little fuckers.
And the thing you can't, like, for example, the only Pakistan got nuclear weapons between, his name was Abdul Qadir, and Abdul Qadir worked for the United States nuclear. He worked for the scientists, frankly, for the United States, and he was a nuclear physicist in the United States. And after he learned the nuclear secrets, he went back to Pakistan, and he was the one that gave Pakistan the secrets of nuclear weapons back in the 70s and the 80s when India had 12 nuclear weapons, they had 0. And he's also the same person that went to North Korea and gave the North Koreans the secrets of nuclear weapons. And Pakistan actually arrested him, put him in prison for 12 years, but he was never actually in prison. Can you imagine a Mahdi visiting everything else like that? Did you see what happened the other day after Ayatollah Ali Khamenei was killed? In Pakistan, they tried to storm the United States consulate in Karachi, Pakistan. And I think there was like 6 people killed because Ayatollah Ali Khamenei was not only the leader of Iran, Islamic Republic of Iran, he was also the leader of the Shia people. So all the Shias in Pakistan tried to actually kill American troops, but American troops were given the green light to light them up. It wasn't a Benghazi 2.0. And that, have you seen that video? It's a crazy video. They try to storm the embassy, the consulate of the United States in Karachi, and Marines just light them the fuck up. They just walk away. They're all shot and shit. I think they killed like 6 of them, or maybe 26 of them. It's a crazy fucking footage. But if you have a regime that believes in death, and after that, you cannot give them nuclear weapons. I think the United States did the world a favor yet again, and God bless America.
Yeah, well, you sound like someone that's, that has to say that. But as an American, we have a right for freedom of speech. Khan didn't necessarily give it. Please don't cut me off. Khan didn't necessarily give the North Koreans nuclear weapons. I mean, the North Koreans learned how to create these weapons through a few channels. I mean, the Soviets being a big part, scientists across Europe, and then yes, Khan was perhaps the biggest accelerant, if you will, because he helped with centrifuges. But that to tell a story like that is just intellectually dishonest. And what I'll also say, people say axis of evil, China, North Korea, Iran, Russia. What evil? What the fuck are we talking about? Like, what evil are they perpetuating on us as people? Last thing I'll say, this war, was not even about nuclear weapons because, as we know, or as Trump claimed, we decimated, my best Trump voice, their nuclear facilities when we bombed them, whether a month, several months or years ago, I forget when. It was claimed that we fucking took them out and set them back. However, people seem to think that, they're close to the bomb. Not true. America does not need to be embroiled in a conflict in the Middle East. I don't give a fuck about the Middle East. I care about America. I don't give a fuck. Okay? And protecting Israel. Protect. Hold on, China, almost done. Protect Americans. Improve infrastructure. Improve healthcare. Improve education. Fuck this. We gotta protect Israel. No, they can protect themselves. And they got big balls, right? Protect your fucking selves, right? Because my tax dollars to actually fund this shit, my shit, the corporate
it's not
tax
just Israel, dude. It's not just Israel. You have to look at things.
I'm looking at it.
Because of Israel, we did it for exceedingly selfish reasons.
I got something.
Looking at I'm almost done. Almost done, gentlemen. I refuse to sit here and not speak out against the fact that there were not only war games that concluded that we've run out of munitions after a 4 to 8 day window, but generals in the Pentagon warned against this attack. I refuse, and I'm about to land. I refuse to sit here and accept the fact that during our negotiations with Iran, we never truly seemed to want to come to some diplomatic resolve. It seemed that, BB with the...
We did. We negotiated with them for a year and a half.
He's about to land.
For years.
Oh, he's about to land.
Yeah, man, about to land. But I'll go ahead and land there.
We negotiated with them for a year and a half.
Marshall.
And when they took the demands back to Ayatollah Khamenei, he shut them all down. There was no point in sitting at the diplomatic table anymore if the Iranian regime was willing to give no concessions to American demands, which they weren't.
I got a couple catch-alls. Every American should remember that America's first international war was fought fighting Muslims. Every American should be more brought up to speed on what to expect. When they realize the statement said from the Muslims in the Mediterranean to Thomas Jefferson, if I'm not mistaken. We can't sit here and live in ignorance and live in isolationism and act like everything's gonna be fucking hunky-dory by just disregarding one of the major geopolitical threats in the entirety of the fucking world. When you say, the axis of evil, what are they talking about? It's talking about stoning the shit out of a bitch for not wearing a hijab. It's talking about fucking putting a bitch to death.
Which they have done constantly for about 40 years, bro. The Iranians during the Iraq War killed 610 American soldiers. It's not about that. They called them the axis of evil because they sponsored terrorism through proxies around the globe.
I call them the axis of evil from a theological point of view.
We're not talking about theology.
I'm just trying to use, if I may, I'm just trying to use more normal examples for the average person. The fucking axis of evil is the fucked up shit. If you want to say, what's the axis of evil with China? It's the fucking forced abortion. It's the fucking poverty. It's the fucking mass death on the scale of millions. That's the fucking axis of evil. If you want like a normal thing you could relate to, it's fucked up out there.
And just another
Yeah,
thing.
we buy their cheap
One
goods.
moment. Another thing here. You know, I don't want to just sit here and act like when it comes to social services in America, that if we just pour endless amounts of money into everything, it's going to be all right. All right? Some people are fucking retarded. Us spending endless amounts of money isn't going to fucking make them smarter or necessarily perform better. There's a fucking diminishing return. So I'm so sick of people talking about American budgets and spending and just saying, oh, let's spend here on education, this, that, and the third. Like, you're not going to make all these random Americans lose a shit ton of weight, which is the major comorbidities with most of these fucking healthcare issues. You're not all, you got fucking Baltimore, highest amount dollars spent per student. And they have the worst performing schools in the country. Spending the money in there isn't gonna fucking make the difference. These are cultural aspects. Meanwhile, at the same time, there's the whole fucking world going on, and we can't live in isolationism. You're ignorant to disregard all of that and make it sound like we could just focus on ourselves, quote unquote.
In particular, given China and Russia's influence, America withdraws from the Middle East, it withdraws from Asia. Who do we think fills that hole? That's going to be China or Russia.
And that's what they're trying to do. And so I think this is a really good chess move of Trump. But, that's what we're looking at here.
The guy
And I
said
guess
Baltimore without fucking even knowing the fact that the money goes to administrators and teachers. I mean, that's one thing that's talked about greatly. And the money rarely hits the classroom. People that say things they don't know the fuck they're talking about just annoy me.
Kai, do you mind if I say, or Keith, what do you mind if I say to you?
It just annoys the fuck out of me.
So you were talking about all the things in America that we need to be focused on. I agree. I wish we could just focus on domestic issues. I do. Unfortunately, we have a China that's trying to eat our lunch. Can you acknowledge that? They're trying to overtake us.
Yes, they are trying to dismount us from having a global hegemony. Absolutely.
Right. I mean, militarily, economically, our currency, you name it, dude. I mean, the Chinese they intend to be the leaders, right? And
they intend to be the leader of their region.
Well, no. I think they intend to be the leaders of the world, though. How do you know? And it's fair to say, how do I know? But I think the Chinese being, very patriotic themselves, and one time being the most powerful country on earth, a lot of Chinese, if you look, man, if you research it, they would love to be back at that position. A lot of Chinese think they should be. That's their rightful place. So the Chinese should be the most powerful nation on earth. And so I don't know, man. I think it's silly to think that they only want a regional force. They want a global force. They're up there in the Arctic. They've talked about how they want to be they are a near peer Arctic power. They want to be everywhere where we are, man. And so that's silly. That's silly to say that if that is true, if they want to be so regional, why would they be buying up farmland in America? That's just fuck, man.
Because we allow them to.
I'm asking you though, but if the Chinese are trying to be regional, like you say, why are they trying to buy up land and farmland around the world? Why are they building islands in the South China Sea?
But buying land next to military bases.
Exactly.
They're also doing debt swap diplomacy like we used to do with Latin America.
In Latin America, they own the fucking Panama Canal.
Well, only it's for building infrastructure. The Chinese agreed to build you a road, a railroad, a shipyard, and you have to pay them for it. And if you don't pay,
legally they have it.
Yeah.
It's soft power.
They'll take back the ports.
They tried to do it in Greenland. Actually, Greenland was about to go with it, man, until Denmark, under pressure from America, canceled the project. And the Chinese company still owns it, but the contracts are void. But they were going to build airports and runways and fucking libraries, you name it.
Yeah, it's retarded.
In Greenland. So anybody who tries to say that they only want to be a regional power, they're just lying.
Dude, they're lying or they're retarded. Really?
They're lying or they're retarded.
They're ignorant.
Keith, bro, you got to understand is we can't just worry about domestic issues.
Keith,
we have to also chew walk and chew gum at the same time. And China is intending to eat our fucking lunch, dude. Come on.
I'll tell you something else.
Yeah, and we're letting them do that.
Keith, when it comes to domestic educational policy, there's a lot of people who should not have a high school diploma.
Hold on, I want to say something real quick. So, Keith, you say we're letting them do that.
You don't even know what's going on off the board, Taco.
Keith, wait a minute, brother.
Go to the audience.
You say he's letting us, but we're letting them do that. Now you're mad at Trump because he's not letting China have all this oil. You're mad at Trump because he's doing because now we can control the Strait of Hormuz. Now in a hypothetical war with China, or if they invade Taiwan, we could blockade them. Do you understand that?
When did I ever say I'm mad at Trump?
Because he hates white people.
No, Keith.
No, I don't hate anyone, Taco. I mean, you wish. You wish I was so weak to
but Keith, I'm asking you, but you're mad. You say, I don't know why he's doing this. Why would he get all this and that? But man,
what did I say exactly? Because you represented what I said incorrectly. So tell me exactly what I said.
From my understanding,
sure.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
You were complaining that we have our finger over here in Iran and doing this shit while we have so many issues at home to worry about. Is that, which I do agree we have a lot of issues to worry about, but being the world power, we can walk and chew gum. We have to worry about domestic issues, but also worldwide issues, global issues. We cannot just be, isolated. Even though I love everything our forefathers say, but that's just something we can't be anymore. We cannot be isolated. So I'm asking you, man, am I wrong with what I thought? I thought that's what I thought you said, that you're mad that we're involved in another country over there in Iran. But then like 20 minutes later, you say, yeah, but America, politicians or whoever, let China become this power, let China do these things, but you're mad at Trump for checking China's power. Making sure China's not getting 40% of the oil that they were just getting. Cheap sanctioned oil, by the way, discounted oil. Because they were getting 14% of their oil from Venezuela, and they're getting 31.3%, the numbers the last time I checked, from Iran. So that's a significant portion of oil, over 40%. And we control the streams.
Not anymore.
The fact that people could even say 30%, and likely it was a significant number, but it's literally black market. So like no one really has.
This guy keeps yapping.
Now it's zero, Keith. Now it's zero.
Ain't getting fucking shit, bro, without us saying so. And this is the thing, man, is we have, unfortunately, I know people might think this is wrong, but countries have learned when they try to push against the petrodollar, when they try to do something different like Gaddafi, in fucking Syria with his gold-backed currency, or Iraq trying to do the same thing. If you try to push against the petrodollar, we're going to fuck you in the ass. And the Chinese thinking they're going to go with this BRICS currency, I'm telling you, a lot of this has to do with this. We will not, I repeat, we will not allow the Chinese and this other country to knock us off our primary currency status.
Well, you just said BRICS, so it's not
BRICS, whatever. BRICS is China.
So no, it's also India. It's also Brazil. It's also South Africa. Right?
I know, but I'm telling you, we're not going to allow this. That's what I'm telling. When we're talking about Greenland, our allies are going to allow us to have that sovereignty over small pockets and to have mineral rights, or we will take it.
No, we won't.
We will not allow us to lose our primary foreign currency status. I promise you, dude.
It's just inevitable to lose the petrodollar. It simply is. You know, like it cannot last forever.
It's not inevitable, Keith.
It is inevitable.
Oil, Keith. Oil is the basis of every economy in the fucking world.
No, that's
for
not
anyone that fucking matters.
What Keith means is America's close to losing its reserve currency status. We're $39 trillion in debt with an insolvency point of $75 trillion. Right? He's talking about how much money we've racked up. That's all.
Donald Trump will take care of it.
But unfortunately, man, as every country operates on a debt-based system, Marshall. I mean, every country around the world, every modern economy, every country does operate off this system.
No, I'm saying we don't. I'm saying our adversaries want the reserve currency status going, and we want to keep it.
I know, but I'm saying when people bitch about this debt thing, it's not as big as a deal as you think, guys. I'm telling you, because every country operates on a debt-based system, every one of us. And that's why eventually this whole system collapses, where people are just going to demand a digital currency, but we're not going to go to yuan.
Yeah,
we're not going to go to fucking Chinese.
No, we won't go to yuan, but maybe the reserve currency of the world is the yuan. Right.
I doubt it, because it has the same fucking problem as our currency.
No,
it's a debt-based, fiat-based currency that's not backed by gold. It's it's a bullshit currency that will follow the same path. I'm telling you, people. The Bible even talks about it. I know you guys don't like to talk about it, but it does. We will go to a one-world digital currency. The only way for us to be a one-world currency, it has to be digital. We will be there. I promise you.
I think before the dollar is replaced by a new petro currency, the whole economic system would fracture and it wouldn't be replaced by a single one.
I'm saying it'll be replaced by a digital. What people demand: more transparency, less weakness, less centralized control.
I get your point of view. You assume there'd be a continuous continuity from petrodollar to something to replace it. I think more realistically is there would not be a default petro currency replacement. I think it'd be more realistic that the entirety of the economic system would fracture, and then it would fall back to it'd be a nation state thing, and it would be a fucking chaotic nightmare.
I see a one world currency. Listen, man, it's natural. Humans, we are getting there. And like I say, the Bible even talks about it, but we're getting to a one world police, a one world order, a world order. And and then eventually a one world currency. We will get to that. And especially when you look at the weaknesses of all of these currencies, because like I said, people bitch about all of our debt, but every major economy operates off the same system. Even the yuan. Every fucking country has massive amounts of debt, man. The bank is issuing loans. And it's just honestly, that's the way it is.
If the petrodollar collapses, I predict there will not be an immediate replacement. And the further removed an individual is from agrarian society, the higher the likelihood they will be to perish. And there will be a significant die-off. Urban centers will fucking collapse. And it will be a fucking nightmare.
No, that's not the case. I mean, urban centers.
Baltimore, Keith, would fucking rot. It would fucking rot in a fucking 3 to 21 day window. You would see 90% fucking perishment rates.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, urban centers would collapse, assuming that people continue to go about the same paradigm
Better hope it's
that exists now. What is happening is you're having a multilateral world that is emerging, where people can actually practice free trade and actually follow international law without fear of being embargoed because you're not going along.
International law without the Western world, it's situated in the heart. They would be the most fucking ravished.
So,
but it's true. It's the only way to get around sanctions. Digital currency, you don't have to worry about sanctions because.
Well, if the banks control the international currency like they're attempting to do now, that's not necessarily true.
Well, but that's the thing is people would have to assume that isn't happening.
But it is happening.
I know, but then people won't want that though. It would have to be almost like a crypto type digital currency that, and we're definitely heading towards it. We absolutely are. Because of the weaknesses that we have with all of our currencies. And that's just, if you look it up, folks, we all have enormous amounts of debt. We all suffer the same thing. And even China's got huge amounts of debt. It's not just America, man. And so I just see people are going to say
no one likes America. America has the.
You can't say no one likes. That's like me saying 99% of the people in Iran want the mullahs to be overthrown. I know that's bullshit.
I should say no one like America has the debt.
Don't be throwing that number out,
bro. No one like America has the debt that America has. And to support that claim, no one like America can borrow their own currency because of their status of the world's reserve currency. So there's no one like America.
It's okay. And we're going to maintain that no matter what, whatever it takes. Obviously.
Empires don't maintain their top.
It's just not sustainable.
Well, we're going to try. We're going to try no matter what, whatever it takes.
I'm not saying we won't try. There's a Roman historian named Polybius, and he writes on the form of the states. And he says one thing about formation and fall of states. You can always predict that, not when or where. All empires fall apart. They just do.
Well, I'm not counting our chickens yet. I think some people are.
You my point. I'm not saying that to influence you believing that we're not at our end. I'm just saying empires themselves have a history of rising and collapsing.
Yeah.
That's just how empires work.
Well, we're a little young. I think we have a lot of time left.
And I love how optimistic you are. You say we're. The fact of the matter is
that's me and you. If you're an American, man, listen, I'm a realistic.
Let me finish my thought. You're saying we're as if these elites here, there, and everywhere else actually give a fuck about us. They don't. Now they're in cahoots with each other. I think that this is all theater. I think that there is agendas beyond what we can comprehend because we are transfixed with what they're telling us is actually happening and why it's happening. When in reality, there's some whole other shit. The Epstein files expose this. Governments are not democratic, as they say. There's a few group of elites who pull the strings. They're all in cahoots with each other. I mean, the evidence has been out there for years. The Epstein files validate that. So when you were saying like we're this, we're that, well, they don't consider us a part of them. Trust me, believe me. And until we understand that and actually have a government that has true representation of us, then we're gonna be headed down this path.
Well, I'll tell you, the founder said something very important about this. The last check on government is the people. If what the people do is elect their leaders and then turn around for 2, 4, 6, and 8 year increments, then no wonder they do bad shit. Nobody's keeping an eye on them. Right? The public has to be an active participant in its government. Now, I can understand the federal government being hard to change,
The local participation is in the 20 percentile range at the very most, right? Most decisions are affected on a local level that impact your life every day, right? But very few people who live in those towns choose to make time to go do this. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about, the few parents that work 40 hours a week are barely scraping by and, they got the kids and they just want to get home and turn on the tube and zone out for a little bit. Those people get a pass from me because I understand their life's hard. They may genuinely not have the time to do it. But far too many people in our country choose to not do anything. And I'm not saying you're one of those kids because if I recall correctly, you do volunteer in your local area. But that's a big part of why the government is unaccountable because the people aren't holding it to account. They're happy to vote, but they're unhappy to be involved in what it means to govern as a partner.
Well, Marshall, about that though, like our forefathers, so James Madison, man, he was talking about one of the quotes he said, "If angels were to govern men, neither external nor internal controls on government would be necessary." So if men were angels, we wouldn't have any issues with this. But the problem is that we're just simple men. And so I don't know any system that is going to be much better. And our forefathers tried. I mean, I think our forefathers were pretty wary, of what other systems could result in. And they were afraid of what we become today. Unfortunately, man, we're at this point, but it's just, we have this tendency to be corrupted that's men. And so, I don't know, man, just because you ask for a new system or, some people assume if they were just one color, if they were all black or if they were all white or if they were all this or that, if they were all right, if they were all left, that it would just be a perfect system. If I can make that, it'd be perfect. But men are always going to fuck it up because we're so corruptible, especially with money and power and you name it, dude. It's unfortunately we're going to fall into that same fucking trap. So we do the best we can, man, but it's really sad. Who was it who said when they signed the Declaration of Independence, or what was it, the Constitution, or was it our country? I think you said something about like if it's our country if you can keep it, a republic if you can keep it. Anyway, I don't want to keep rambling on, but
yeah, that's what Jefferson said when he walked out of the Constitutional Convention.
What did he say?
A woman asked him, Mr. Jefferson, what did you give us? And his response, he looked at the woman and he said, a republic, if you can keep it.
Exactly.
Right, but this is my point about people being involved on a local level, right? Part of maintaining that republic is doing the maintenance work to make governance go, right? Which very many people are involved in pontificating about politics. Very few people are interested in governance.
Ever going to be able to be any way to reel any of this back with the money that is involved and the power? I don't know. I don't see that happening unless we had some sort of revolution, and that's a scary thing.
At the end of the day, the founding fathers, created a government after fighting against the British. They fought against a tyrannical regime that centralized power, and they created a government with checks and balances, with the intent to prevent this new idea, this American, this nation called America, the United States, from ever getting to a point to where government had unchecked power, or all this power. So what we have today is exactly, one can argue, the opposite of what the founding fathers had a vision of. yeah, I mean, we have 330 million people. We have fucking, nuclear weapons. We have all this other shit. But at the same time, government today, especially decision makers, just look at the facts or the anecdotal evidence. We know that these people in Congress or the Senate, their salaries are public, but how are they making millions upon millions of dollars more than what it takes or what is allotted to them and their position? That's because they obviously have information or knowledge, or they use that to their financial gain. This is one of the reasons why our military, as we see that the 50% of that defense budget goes to private contract. So now you have Northrop Grumman or JP, and we're buying their weapons for millions and millions of fucking dollars. And so that's why we don't, without a manufacturing base, what I'm saying? Like, and it costs so fucking much, The Iraq War, I'm gonna land here. The Iraq War was a clear example. Troops being fed. Someone did an audit on where the money went. There was a company that was charging taxpayers essentially, $350 for like a pizza to feed the troops. Like, so that type of shit.
Okay, we need to fucking enlist someone at $35,000, $45,000 a year and have them fucking cook pizzas full time. We let a bunch of fucking dipshits take over that. We need to pay someone $45,000 a year to run laundry on a fucking third party contractor.
Oh, well, there are third party contractors. What there is,
that's my point.
What's happening is there's no integrity, right? And there's what people, they'll scratch someone's back. Okay, you have this company, you have a cage code, all right, fuck it, you have a government contract. We're gonna fucking give you however much you want, and then you're gonna do this for me. This is what's happening here. And so the focus, I believe that America has a great idea, one of the best ideas in the world.
Point. Major geopolitical threat in the world right now is fucking Islam. They beef with fucking everybody. They beef with each other.
Yeah, but
you
that's
may
not
not
what our
agree with
national
what's
security
going on,
strategies say.
but
National security strategies are much drier than that.
That is the major undertone.
So the war in Europe right now between Ukraine and Russia has something to do with Islam. I mean, that's a major threat. So, where's Islam in all this Ukraine and Russia conflict? Where's it at? Please enlighten me.
Chechnya.
So Chechnya caused this fucking conflict. Come get the fuck out of here.
I didn't say that. You said that.
You okay? All right.
You asked where. You asked
same guy that said that Baltimore.
Oh, let's reiterate.
Same guy that said that Baltimore.
You asked where is Islam in the Russia-Ukraine conflict? You want me to just fucking shoehorn it in? Fine, I will. Chechnya. It's a major element.
It's not a major element whatsoever. It did not cause the conflict. It had nothing to do with the conflict.
But to be fair, I'm saying major geopolitical threat in the world right now is Islam.
Except it's not. That's not how we fucking compute things.
I mean, the Chinese seem to understand it. The Indians seem to understand it. The Africans are fucking battling it. The Europeans are ignoring it. And we got regular Americans who refuse to acknowledge it.
You need to stop with your bullshit about another religion. It's not
Marshall.
It doesn't have anything to do with the Vatican. It had literally nothing to do.
Understand the philosophy. It's not just it's another religion. It's a philosophy.
So is Christianity. So is Baha'i. So is Buddhism. So is Confucianism. What the fuck is your point?
that
They're all
Islam is a major geopolitical threat in the world.
How so?
In the world. That's my point. I started with it.
There's no emperor of Islam. There's no one single person guiding the community.
Well, it's split in two.
Show me a central bank of Islam,
It's
please.
split in two. There's one head in Iran. There's one head in Saudi Arabia. It also functions autonomously.
There was one head in Rome. There's one head in Rome.
Familiar with the philosophy.
There's one head in Rome. His name is the Pope. His name is the Pope. What are we talking about?
Assess defense strategies has literally nothing to do with how the United States of America figures out who our greatest geopolitical threats are. Like, just it's not even in the same fucking ballpark.
Fucking international war was fighting Muslims. Marshall.
No. The first international war was not necessarily fighting Islam. The first international war was fighting piracy. It was fighting piracy. It was not a religious war.
Look at the statement,
dude. Brother,
from the Muslims.
You don't know what you're talking about. You've demonstrated it several times.
Conversation. Top line.
Whatever. Listen.
Yeah, the pirates were Muslim, but it wasn't a war against Islam.
You better make sure your hamstrings are loose when you grab your ankles, Marshall.
Yeah, I mean, says the person that wants to talk about their imaginary view about some religion being
It's not imaginary.
It's not imaginary. Greatest geostrategic threat to the United States, when that's just not what we've assessed. We've assessed China,
I've assessed,
and Iran. That's the assessment. If you don't like it, take it up with the military, take it up with our intelligence agencies.
The whole statements previously given about war games or run out of munitions completely disregards the fact of the native population of Iran who are being ruled by Arab Muslims, and there is a thought that
Khomeini was not a fucking Arab, bro.
And rerun.
Like, you're doing this shit. Persians dislike Arabs like it's going out of style. The only reason you have Ayatollahs or Mahdis or like preachers in Iraq is because Iran spent its time, its military, its intelligence and special forces to cultivate an area where they could pull people. But the Ayatollah himself was not an Arab.
He's Azeri. I don't believe it. You don't believe
There's a fucking difference, Taco, and you should learn it.
The Ayatollah is not Arab.
Come here, Pee-Pee. Listen.
Shocker, right? Shocker that every Muslim in the world is not Arab. Shocker.
The vast majority of Muslims.
I know that, Keith.
No, Taco didn't know that. I mean, I don't know if Taco. No, I'm not gonna be.
That's the danger, because it's a philosophy.
You know, so that's your issue. You have this fucking propaganda news blaring in the background.
Oh, wow. White is propaganda. Oh my God, I'm absorbing all of it. I'm absorbing all of it. I need to spend more money on schools. Like, you haven't been propagandized.
Yeah, I said education. And, you know, education can come through the form of nonprofits.
Education can start in the home.
It can start with resources for father. In the home. My mother was a college professor, so at the end of the day,
and your father,
he was an army man, 30 years. But either way, I grew up on military bases my entire life. But either way, you say congratulations. Okay. Either way, look, dude, this is a classic point of what it means to be American. We can have. Are you American, by the way? I'm not sure if you are, but either way, we can have our differences of opinion and you know, and still respect each other, because you know that's ingrained in the fabric of what it means to be a part of this nationality. Just turn off that shit in the background, though. It's poisoning your mind.
The White House press briefing is poisoning the mind.
Yeah, she's full of shit.
Yeah. It's a little weird. It's all right to, hear things and have your own opinion. Part of what I was saying before, where there's a vast amount of people in the country who probably shouldn't have a high school diploma because we've gotten to the point where we're just handing them out. We've got no discrimination in the access to education, so we've devalued it. So it's like you hear that I have this in the background, and you automatically assume that anything comes out of there is automatically downloaded into my brain program, and I'm gonna say it right back or believe it 100%. You assume I'll have no discernment hear it. If I'm even actually listening to it.
You are, or else you wouldn't.
It's just a strange opinion that's what you assume.
I mean, you care about it.
I've always been a little strange where people get really triggered when people listen to different news sources, and their automatic opinion is that they are 100% aligned with whichever narrative is coming out. And even if you listen to a super biased news source, there's still some elements of it that are just facts. So at the very least, even listening to a biased news source can still update you on something. You don't have the opinionated editorial slant from it and automatically assume it as your own position. It's very weird that you think that I would do that.
Yeah, sort of like when you assumed when you heard that statistic about Baltimore being the having the most state funds committed to education, but having some of the poorest test scores without actually doing your own. I mean, I thought everyone knew this, but I guess they don't. You didn't look into it enough to see where that money trickles down to. The fact that very little of it actually reaches the classroom. You actually thought that
the teachers and administrators.
Well, okay. Well, I mean, the facts will describe.
I don't say we need more money for teachers.
Not so not true, but whatever. They're some of the highest paid teachers in the country. I mean, just look it up on Google right now.
Well, actually, if the teacher's not in the classroom, I mean, what is your metric by which you could say it didn't make it to the classroom?
Well, the fact of the matter, it doesn't make it to the classroom means that, number one, let's look at the desk that the kids sit at, whether or not they get supplied. Where I live in Orange County, California, every kid gets a fucking computer from their school, public school.
You don't need a computer.
Yeah, but most assignments are online. Like
your ignorance is showing right now.
I'm not sure if you have any kids. But
they got the facility.
Most assignments are done online. Most assignments are done online. Either way, we live in a digital world. This is not
the vast majority of history. You got the room, you got the teacher. They didn't have computers. It's not like what you're saying, bro. That was student has a computer.
That was one of that.
All of a sudden, they're going to be reading at grade level. They got a computer. All of a sudden, they're going to be at math. They're going to be fucking math.
Shut this guy up.
They're fucking not, Keith. Come on.
That was one of many things I was going to give an example of. But since it's clear that you have. You're not capable of doing your own, research or critical analysis.
The teacher is responsible for teaching them, but the students have to be capable. It also